Welcome to another podcast of Terror, a production of Galactic Netcasts. This is a show where we talk about all things scary, mostly scary shit. With me, as always, is Corey, and the man dropping a beer can you heard over there is Matt Vincent, who's back again. Matt, how are you?
Yes, I'm excellent. I have my knife ready, so in case I need to open any boxes.
Right on. I thought you'd thwart off attackers, but boxes work as well.
I don't really have any attackers.
Oh, that's fine. Corey, how are you doing, Mr. Quiet down there?
I get attacked all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. Usually by rabid fans.
Nice. I like that a lot. Confidence.
Yeah, you can't blame them. Podcast of Terror is one of the many great shows over at the Galactic Netcasts. Others being Weird World Weekly, which, Matt, we still need to get you on. The Adventure
All right.
Sci-Fi Geeks Club, the Galactic Gaming News, and something about Doctor Who that I don't really give a shit about. You can find that show and others all over at gncasts.com or searching on iTunes and Stitcher. If you like what you hear, please leave a 5-star review. As mentioned, Matt Vincent is with us again. We're kind of... I've already had a beer, so I'm get off topic.
I'm one in.
I'm going to get off topic a hell of a lot quicker than normal, so I apologize. Matt, for those who have not already listened to your last episode, A, get your shit together and listen to it, because that was a fun hour and a half.
It was an epic episode.
Yeah, good times.
Fuck yeah, a lot of people loved that episode. And B,
Awesome.
who are you and what do you do?
I throw rocks in a field. I do Scottish Highland Games. That's really all you need to know about. If you need to, go to thehate.com. You can find out anything you want to about me.
Thehate.com.
There's YouTube stuff, and I'm sure they'll put a link below or whatever, but
Yeah,
I do stuff, and I have a good time. There you go.
we'll
That's
link
what I do.
shit out of it. I love your clothing and all of your stuff. You need pint glasses?
Yeah.
For a
Well,
glass?
they're a pain in the dick to ship, and then I've got to come up with something clever to put on them.
Put your logo on it.
I guess I could technically do the kick the day in the dick on the pint glasses, too.
That too. You can do whatever you want. I'll buy
Those have been hot. Those have been a hot seller.
Fuck, I should probably buy. Remind me to buy one of those tonight. I'm putting it off because I'm gonna.
Treat yourself. You get it tonight, it'll be there for Christmas.
And all of you listening, you can get it at TheVIII.com.
There's two H's.
H. Yeah, that's right.
Corey's the sober one here.
I am the sober one. I'm just trying to spell thehate.com because it's important.
Yeah, it's complicated. As someone who didn't think much about branding, I probably could have just fucking wrote out hate, would have been smarter, but I guess it has people ask questions to get the people going.
Yep. And for those watching the video, Matt is wearing a hate hat.
Yes.
Look at that. These aren't even released. This is just for me.
Is it a snapback or fitted?
It is a snap.
Oh, see, I have the black on black fitted, and I don't even
That's
wear
cool.
hats, and I wear that. I love the shit out of that hat. So
I like that a lot. I just recently found another company. One of the issues with snapbacks is that they don't fit people with giant fucking heads.
or a lot of hair. When I have a lot of hair.
Yes, that's true. Does hair not mash down?
Well, I have thick hair, so when I have a lot of hair, I need a big hat.
I've been thinking about doing hate brand good like top hats or bowlers.
Fedoras.
Ugh, yuck.
It was a joke, all right? No
Still
offense,
deserve
I would
it. That was a guttural reaction of just yuck. Fucking-
fedoras.
Some fucking dudes hanging out at some pool in Vegas. Yuck.
Saw a lot of
This
fedoras.
was like the worst time ever. Of course you did. I saw swingers. We're gonna fucking go to Vegas. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna walk around the strip like a bunch of other dicks.
I was in Vegas for a technical conference, so put a bunch of fat mouth breathers in a conference center and give them free booze. That was my first time in Vegas as an adult.
The best trip I've ever had to Vegas was years and years ago when I still owned a bicycle shop. That we went out there for Interbike, which is like the main bike exhibition type things. All the new companies bring out their new shit for the next year type thing, and your vendors come and look at it. And we had like 6 of us there together, and instead of getting a rental car like adults, we found one of those assholes on the strip that rent out like mopeds. And we all got mopeds for the week. We just fucking told that dude for like $100 a day, we're just going to take these and we'll bring them back on Thursday. And then we drove them to the Hoover Dam.
How far is the Hoover Dam from Vegas?
It's like 60 miles one way.
I don't fucking
You were going to say drove them into the Hoover Dam.
Fuck
No,
it.
that would be reckless. I wouldn't be known to do things like that.
I'm not that. I didn't expect you to be like, no, we don't do shit like that because that's reckless.
I've been known to fuck some things up.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't really seem. I'm not saying that you sound like an irresponsible human being, but to be like, we don't do reckless things around here.
There's been times. I've gotten soft in my old age.
I don't know why.
Pills for that.
Nice. Yeah, Cialis, that liquid Cialis, just fucking boner juice.
Fucking Corey for the win. So, the whole reason we're here is to talk about Reanimator. We have Reanimator beer for
Yes.
Narragansett. I don't know. It's a
Narragansett. So they're out of Rhode Island. I've actually been to Narragansett. They have some cheap, shitty yellow beer. I had some friends that went to school at URI and all lived in Narragansett, so I became familiar with their. Yeah, you don't know me, man. I get around.
I know you get around, but thank you for correcting my horrendous pronunciation of that. But my plan in sending you a bunch of beer is I want full-blown drunk
To get me drunk.
I want drunk uncle tonight.
Oh, God. I barely look like that guy.
Dude, in that picture, you look exactly like...
God, dude, I got like a random text message. Like, I haven't talked to Mark Bell. I don't know. We talk every couple of weeks. We'll just text back and forth about bullshit. If you don't know Mark Bell, look him up. And then I get like a text the other night, and it's just a screenshot of him watching SNL with Bobby Moynihan in the picture with no text around it at all. He's just a dick.
I wouldn't go that far. I did spend the majority of yesterday afternoon at work just watching drunk uncle videos.
Oh, that's good.
It's fucking hilarious, and
yeah, I like organic. I like when he yells about organic Wi-Fi.
is this Wi-Fi organic?
Fucking kids are running around always just asking questions about their organic Wi-Fi and happy sweaters and.
You put some goji berries in my Dropbox. Fuck.
Oh man.
If you're listening and you haven't seen the Drunk Uncle skits, you really should.
Yeah, treat yourself.
Did you just watch a lot of Parks and Rec recently?
I always watch a lot of Parks and Rec.
You're saying treat yourself quite a bit. I thought maybe you just recently got one of the treat yourself episodes.
I had a little treat yourself keychain for a while.
Really?
Yeah, my wife got it for me. It had Tom Haverford and a Batman outfit on it. I don't know how that fit in together.
I think there was a Halloween episode where he ended up in Ben's Batman costume, maybe.
All right.
Have you watched Master?
Parks and Rec's fantastic.
Yeah.
Master of None is also fantastic.
Okay. Can't remember.
Apparently, I do this a lot, and I'm going to apologize for that.
Whatever. If you're not watching the video, you don't know what's happening. It's just doing like
Good call.
Okay hand symbol. Now everyone knows.
Yeah. What I'm doing is playing the circle game.
Oh, God damn it.
So now I get to fucking slug everyone.
That's fine. I don't need a spleen.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'm curious if you'll remember this when we're potentially in the same building in March.
And for the Arnold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I go.
No, now you have to, because I feel like all this internet beer needs to turn into real life beer.
Yeah, it's a pretty good time. So there's an excellent spot. I just had to resist doing the hand thing. There's a great spot across the street from the convention center called Novak's. It's a bar.
Is it?
They've got decent food. And my brother and I were there for the Highland Games like 2 years ago when they actually had us and paid us.
Yeah, it's in the North Market. We walked through there trying to find a bathroom last year.
Yeah, I went up there with Andy, because for me the convention hall, like, look, unless you've got access to fucking be in someone's booth and it's a job for the day,
On
I'd rather
Saturday,
fucking cut my wrist
on
than be part of
Saturday,
anything going on there.
we went first
Shit.
Friday, and it wasn't terrible. I mean, there was still too many fucking people than I want to be around, but I got my free shit
Yeah.
and got out. We went back on Saturday and watched some of the wrestling, and you couldn't move. It was so uncomfortable in there.
Yeah, it's just fucking guys with shirts with skulls on it, and their sleeves are cut off, and their nipples are hanging out. Like, you chose to let your nipples hang out. You're a fucking weird dude. And I'm going to comment on it.
How did you know I was wearing a sleeveless skull shirt with hanging out?
You're also the same type of guy that stood in line for 4 hours to get some weird chick to autograph your protein bottle. I don't fucking know.
Was that a thing?
Oh, I don't understand a whole lot of, like, fandemonium, I guess.
The only line I stood in was to meet Dom Mazzetti, the bro science guy, and that's because the line.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, okay. The line wasn't obnoxiously long, but it was still longer than I wanted it to be for what that guy is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, unless I could have walked up immediately and shook his hand and been like, hey, man, I like the things you do.
Yeah, we got
That
some picture with him, too, and yeah.
Dude, Mark's booth was fucking packed. There were all kinds of assholes lined up.
We were in a
Pictures
short
and
line.
autographs.
Yeah, we were in a short line on Friday to meet Mark. Well,
I didn't get in until, like, Friday night.
Yeah. We talked about this last time.
Saturday morning.
I ran into
Whatever.
the streets, and I was on my way to
Yeah.
food.
Yes.
Yeah. I vaguely remember we're just walking, and there's just this dude coming at us, and my buddy Seth is like, "Hey, that's Matt Vincent," and I'm like, "Who?" And later on he goes, "That's the Violent Gentleman guy," and I was like, "Oh, fucking cool."
The Violent Gentleman guy. Perfect.
Here we are.
Yeah. We'll take a picture with him. Who gives a shit?
I used to have it on my phone. I don't know where the fuck it
We'll
went.
break the camera in.
Yeah. But there's worse things I could have done with my camera.
You
Anyway,
guys go see Star Wars yet?
no, I didn't.
We're not going to get into that.
Did you see it,
No, I haven't. I want to.
Corey?
No, I may get to go tomorrow. I thought I was going to arrange a time to see it with the wife, and she gave me the go-ahead to go see it by myself and only tell her if it turns out to be as good as Guardians of the Galaxy was, where I saw it and then had to drag her to see it after, and she loved it.
I know a lot of
Guardians
people. Yeah, Guardians is really good. I know a bunch of people who have seen it, and everyone has said it's really good. So, I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I guess I don't really care. But I'll eventually see it.
Sorry, my wife's going to get Taco Bell.
Oh shit! You
Yeah, I'm not having any. You want to wave and say hi? This is my wife. That's my counterpart.
Hello.
I see your wife in so many videos, and I don't know her name.
I know, right? That's Ashley.
Ashlyn?
Ashley.
Oh, sorry, shit.
Yeah, the common one. I mean,
Oh yeah. I want to ask about your dogs. I saw you just got another dog.
we did. So we are currently running a house for wayward puppies.
We do it,
And
so you're not alone.
yeah, so Bo, the big fucking monster lab we now have. My parents had him, and he had a brother, and my mom's got an indoor dog, a dachshund, and so my dad passed away 2 years ago, give or take, and then so we had two dogs that lived outside, Bo and Luke,
Nice.
and two labs. They were brothers, and so Luke got sick like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago and passed away, and so Bo's just kind of been stuck sitting outside in the kennel like an outdoor dog by himself, and it kind of bummed me out, so we just took him. So now he lives inside like a fucking big, healthy piece of a family.
Now, does he only enter by the window?
I wish. He just fucking straightened out all the curves and slid right in. Nah, it's good. It just bums me out, like the idea of a dog, you know, like a pack animal that wants to be around people or a family being stuck in a kennel. Just, I don't like it.
No, that's not. I mean, I understand the situation. There was nothing that could probably be personally done until you took him. But, Yeah, that's
Yeah, right.
tough. That's tough to see an animal.
No,
just
I don't blame my
stuck in
mom.
that
My
situation.
mom doesn't want some 95-pound moose cruising around her house.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm the type. We have two 12, 13-pound dogs. I end up like half off the bed so that my dogs are comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking breadwinner of this family. Complete lie, my wife is.
Yes.
But it's like, why am I, you know, I have a lack of fucking sleep because I'm half off the bed for these little shit sippers, and then you poop on my floor. That's what they are. They're shit sippers. They're little shit sippers who fucking, oh god, I love them so much.
Well, we have covered Reanimator to the fullest so far.
We're 15 minutes into the episode. We haven't even talked about the movie.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I don't. I've always said this is my playground.
Man, I did Reanimator research.
So I did some too, and
Prepped.
this is the first time you've watched this movie, right?
No, I've seen it years ago.
Okay.
But I basically remember it like a fever dream. So,
Which,
as my blackout friend my best friend Dant has a tendency to get blackout drunk, which he is now modified into just being rolling brownouts, to where what he'll remember the night before is just basically like running through a party, like with his eyes open and closing at random intervals, and that's what he remembers the next day.
I don't
So
want
that's my recollection of Reanimator. Is about 15 seconds worth of that.
I don't want to tell your buddy how to live his life, but I think he should make some lifestyle changes.
Oh, he did years ago.
Oh, okay.
Things are way better now. Yeah. See, I did it again. Fucking
See, it's
damn
really
thing.
funny when you're like in your mid 20s, early 20s, maybe late 20s.
Early 20s.
Yeah, when you hit 30, it's like, get your shit together.
Right. There's a weird, you can blow off your fucking 20s fucking around pretty good and, still having some roommates. But, the second you turn 30, it's not a good move anymore.
Mm-mm.
Because then you realize, holy shit, 20 to 30 happened like that.
No fucking
And
shit.
then you realize that, then 30 to 40 will also happen like that. And being 40 in those circumstances is completely fucking unacceptable. Get on the path, kid. He's a goddamn doctor, so he figured it out.
Those are usually, the ones who fuck off the most are the ones that end up being, doctors and shit. I guess, though.
Well, I'm not a doctor. Sorry, I don't want to.
No, but you're not a fuck off. You know what I mean? You're doing all right. So.
No, but I am definitely. There was definitely a bit of a disaster time in my life, for sure.
Holy shit, man.
I enjoyed the.
I
enjoyed the fuck out of myself quite properly.
Which you should. I did too. I made some real bad decisions in my early mid-20s and wouldn't change the world.
Yeah, man, I got totally bummed out this week because I'm fucking old. Every Time I Die I played in New Orleans.
I saw that. With the dude from Let Live, which if you're not a Let Live, check him out.
Yeah, and so I got a text super late from Andy, the guitarist. Like, hey dude, we're playing in New Orleans. I totally spaced that you live in the state that we're playing in tonight. You want to come to the show? I've got passes, which was at 9:30, which basically is an hour drive for me to have then got out of bed, get in a car, drive to New Orleans, go see a show. No fucking chance. If you guys gonna be hanging around tomorrow, I'll come lift with you.
Yeah,
a 20-year-old me would have blasted right off.
Shit. I expected a reaction to the weird, uncomfortable picture I sent you of him and I hugging.
Yeah, right? God, he's fucking great, dude.
Yeah,
I've never met him.
Well, it's different for you.
No, that's not true. I have met him.
When?
But
Do you remember?
Yeah, would have been 3 or 4 years ago when I was still kind of doing band stuff. We played a show. We opened for The Bled, and then The Bled opened for E-Tid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so at some point during the show, I guess one of the security guards in Houston throttled a fan,
I fucking hate
And yeah, right. Throttled some fucking fan, and Keith from ETID found it very offensive. And they kind of got into a scuffle, and somehow Keith got like the back of his head split open a little bit.
Oh damn.
Nothing fucking major, but like he could have used like 4 or 5 stitches.
Mm-hmm.
So there ended up a really loud argument between security and the bands. So the guys from the Bled grabbed me to be part of that loud argument in case things went south. And there was definitely a moment during that where like Andy and I looked at each other and realized we were the only 200-pound people in the room.
Yeah, it's just the dudes
all right.
are all small guys, so
yeah, we're gonna party. We'll fucking party. Let's have her out.
Oh.
I've been kicked out of nicer places than this.
I don't think I've ever been. I did. No, I've been told to put my shirt back on, at least.
Yes.
So what happens?
That's always great.
What happens is, and
put your shirt back on. All right.
The last time it happened, it was right before my wife and I got married, and she was with me at the bar, and someone started talking about chest tattoos, and I'm like, "Fuck it, I got my chest tattooed." Shirt came off, and all of a sudden the bar manager's like, "You got to put your shirt back on," and I'm like, I don't know why she wanted to see my chest tattoos, so I took my shirt off. That's the easiest way.
You didn't really want to.
No, not at all. But
I've got a lot of life stories that went very similar to that.
Yeah,
well, Matt.
My wife went home very unhappy with me that night, but she still married me. So.
Well, Matt, though, maybe the reason that you took your shirt off and got rid of it so easily is because it wasn't from Stratosphere Media at stratospheremedia.com, who is the sponsor of the Podcast of Terror. And you can pick up some great shirts from there as well with a handy 15% off your entire order by using our coupon code TERROR.
Yeah.
And that's what you call a comfortable segue.
That's as best as I could do. I had 3 chances in there.
Good, that was you nailed it.
The more we
pick up their merch, you sons of bitches.
The more we do this, the better Corey gets at figuring out when I have gotten so far off track to bring it back with the white man business.
You need a boat driver.
He's the fucking boat driver, and I'm trying to drive.
You gotta have a boat driver. That's a key. I'm not that guy.
I'm the shitty co-captain that's like, fine, let's go this way. Like,
I realize that like I get a lot of comments first from the vlog. You know, with as much as I travel and get to hang out with some interesting folks, they're like, you should do a podcast, and I'm just like, I'm a far better fucking guest than I am
to
host one of these goddamn things.
I don't know how I got roped into doing this because it is a lot of work. I just get lucky that Corey usually picks up my slack.
Yeah, anything cool is a lot of work.
Yeah, and thank you. I think you just called this cool, so thanks.
No, look, this is by far I've done some really bad ones.
Well, we're trying to get other ones, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I want to know about these other ones, but I don't want you to throw anyone under the bus.
No, I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. They're just lifting stuff, right? And that's such a... I know it seems funny to say, but it's such a small fucking thing that I give a shit about.
And that's...
I love training, and I really do love it. But I really like this, too.
Yeah.
And just to be able to shoot the shit for fucking 2 hours about movies or something else that I'm into, it's just fun. Well, like, I would do this fucking almost once a week and then ruin your show.
Well, there's a lot more to you than just 1 or 2 things, and that's why you're such a great guest when you're on here. And I think a lifting show that isn't necessarily about lifting, but is about you and your friends who lift and just bullshitting together could be a great show. I love listening to you. I love listening to Matt, and I know that a lot of other people do as well. So I don't think it's a bad idea of you doing a podcast. It's just relax and just fucking run with it.
I like doing the vlog stuff I'm doing.
I'm pretty sure Corey's coming on to us right now.
That's all right.
For you.
Okay.
I've been chubbed up on by a dude before. It's not a big deal.
No, in my case, it's a big deal.
I'm 280 pounds and I'm pretty strong. I'm borderline unrapeable by one man.
I didn't say rape.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be interested. So at some point, it becomes
just wait.
End of Reanimator.
Just you wait, sweetheart. You'll be thankful.
I'll give in.
This fucking took a turn real quick.
It got dark.
No, I'm trying to comprehend.
Dollars to donuts, Corey. You can't rape me. That's episode 3.
No, I gotta write down. Holy shit! I gotta write down all these quotes. Number 1, Matt Vincent has feelings. Number 2,
Yeah.
dollars to donuts. You can't rape me, Corey. This is fun.
If we could ever have a cover blurb for our podcast, that would be it.
That's a good one, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna Corey, remind me tomorrow because I might not remember tonight, but I'm gonna try and cut that out and I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
That could be your new
Oh,
self-bringer.
good.
Yeah, that'll go off great at work
Pretty
in front of the HR manager.
No, when we started talking about that thing, when people ask who you are, a lot of people I work with don't pay attention to things, and they're like, "Well, how did you manage that?" And I said, "I don't know. I saw a picture of him, and he had a big, Frankenstein's monster tattoo. So I said, hey, do you want to be on this weird podcast I just started doing a week ago?" And he said yes.
All right, so
That's all there's to it.
with that said, so your friends don't think you're so awesome, I basically will do anything anyone asks me to do.
Well,
and
so
that's what I'm counting on.
you may,
However,
like,
god damn it,
and then you're like,
I just turned myself into getting raped.
Stop saying rape, man. That's just going to get me in trouble when you feel like nothing but joy the next day because I'm a loving human being.
You think I'm just proud because I got fucking creamed pie by Corey? I assume you came in me.
Jesus Christ.
These are things I didn't get to say on other podcasts.
That's fine. This is why we lobbied for the explicit rating.
This is why
No,
we
that's
exist.
a good call. I'm not great under those other conditions. I really have to.
It's
I
really
basically just stare at you like this.
I can say like 6 words right now.
No, it's not great. It cuts my vocabulary like into a tenth.
Try it. You at least get to work from home, but try working in like an office where there's people around
I go see customers, and I don't say the fuck word the whole time.
the whole time. But
Yeah.
I say
Well,
fuck.
that's the whole time.
Whatever. Fuck you.
All right. So on to Reanimator. That
Yes.
just brought up a point. Shit goes south. Let's just skip to the last third. Can we do that?
Well,
We can do whatever we want.
can we start with the fact that I watched this movie and all I could think was that this was the most fucked up episode of The Big Bang Theory ever?
Oh, the weird autistic
Yeah, I
What
mean
is
it was Jeffrey
West
Combs was like
running around.
just massively Sheldon, and then
But what made him worse? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Corey. But what made it more uncomfortable is the fact that like West didn't give a shit.
right.
Like,
Yeah, but he made a total heel turn at the end. Like
what do you
he's
mean?
not the bad guy of the film.
He's not. He's not. Okay. He's not.
His
But
intentions they're okay at best. What I don't understand is like he had a fucking Royal Rumble in the basement with that cat they brought back. The first, other than
That was the first Royal Rumble. Don't forget the naked man Royal Rumble at the end. There was.
oh god, that was just over the ropes. There's fucking 12 men deep in that thing. There was a couple broads, but they were heavy set.
There's a lot of butt cheeks going on.
A lot of butt cheeks. Amazingly, no balls dangling.
I was
'Cause I kept
incredibly
the fucking
impressed.
eye out.
So did I. I didn't want to be the
You
first.
think they taped up?
They had to, because consider
Like
back.
you just run duct tape under the balls around the shaft and then tape it to your waist.
I don't know if they had flesh-colored duct tape back then, but
It looks like a skin flap. Well, there weren't a lot of frontal shots.
there were no frontal shots. But you figure they're at least.
Right, so you wouldn't want any dangling bits flapping about.
Well, with the way that those guys were gyrating, you're gonna at least catch some bottom ball or tip.
But if it's post-autopsy, there's no dick anyway, right? Don't they? I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
The scene of the head like licking the nipple and going to the downtown on Megan Halsey.
It didn't need to happen.
Like, I don't think there was a lot of fear in these actors and actresses of like, oh no, that's a little over the top. They fucking, if they saw that, they knew what they were in for.
I'm saying the director's cut had a lot of dick.
I'm trying to remember what I read. That chick needs to tame her bush, because
No way. That thing.
It was the 80s. It was a different time for Bush.
it wasn't
Yeah.
the 70s. The 80s, you started tightening. You got to tighten it up a bit.
It was
You
85.
haven't watched
That was
an
practically
80 porn
74.
in quite some time, my friend.
Uh,
That porn is very good to time. Not to mention, you
70.
got to roll a safe amount of bush for a film like that because it keeps you from seeing genitalia, like the beef.
That's a
If you
valid
see
point.
that, then you're in trouble.
Or you get sponsored.
So it's like hair panties.
Yeah, and we don't know. I mean, that could have been a merkin.
Nah, that thing was legit.
It seemed legit.
This is coming from a man who's seen a lot of bush in his day. That was a
Good call.
legit bush.
Yeah, I bounced at a titty bar for a number of years. That was legit.
You heard it here first. Legit bush and Reanimator. Stamp of
I
approval.
call it.
Matt Vincent.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 bush.
Is that the
Game of
trimmer
Thrones
length?
has better movies.
Never got into Game of Thrones.
I'm going to say those aren't real, though.
Probably not.
They hired like every pair of great-looking tits in Hollywood.
Well, when you got that kind of money, you can hire the great-looking tits.
Speaking of,
Good
my
call.
wife, as we were watching this, that's all she kept saying about Barbara Crampton is that she wanted to get her boobs done to look like hers. She thought that they were spectacular.
Shit, those are some really nice-looking titties.
They were good tits. The first set of tits on the operating table that the doctor couldn't save.
That was uncomfortable. I thought it was a fat dude for a minute.
Yeah, it basically, like, at some point you get fat enough, you're just an amorphous blob.
I'm not.
There's not much difference between the male and female form if you bust, like, 500 pounds.
And again,
You
this is
kind of
what
look
I'm
like
counting
a
on.
silhouette. Yeah, you look like a silhouette of that old carving they teach you about, like, in art history class. Which I can't currently think of the name of. My instincts tell me to Google search it, but I'm not going to do that in the middle of this.
No, you can't. That's 100%.
No, I'm not gonna, because I'm a fucking professional.
That's right. God damn it.
I Google search all sorts of shit that I can't think of on this show because generally
It's like the woman of something or other is what it's
Fuck
called.
you. Oh, I thought you were calling
It
me.
doesn't have a head or arms.
Woman. I'm looking it up. Woman of art
There you go.
history.
It's like one of the oldest carvings or sculptures they ever found. I don't know why I know that.
I don't know why you know that either. I've never.
I know a lot of things. I know if you were looking for a friend to go on Jeopardy with you, I'm your fucking man.
Well, I know a lot of shit. I just can't remember it all at once, or certainly not at the time that it's necessary.
Oh man, this thing's a goddamn Rolodex in there.
That's
You want me
impressive.
to learn something important like calculus or math problems, though? I am not a good help.
I couldn't find it, and I got sick of looking, so I gave up.
Like Macedonia, or maybe woman of... Fuck. All right, you guys, talk amongst yourselves.
All right. So this movie stars Jeffrey Combs, who has been in tons of shit. Famously, he was the really creepy dude in The Frighteners, which was a great part for him. But he's been on Star Trek. He's just one of these fantastic character actors. Bruce Abbott as Dan Kane. He went to be in, well, both of them, and I think also the guy who plays Dr. Hill were in Bride of Reanimator, which came out about 4 years later. But Bruce Abbott was also in Bad Dreams, which was kind of a almost ripoff of the third Nightmare on Elm Street. Barbara Crampton went on to be in another film with Jeffrey Combs, which I think has been suggested to us by my wife, called From Beyond. And she was also in You're Next. And yeah, like I said, Dr. Carl Hill, he's done a lot of genre stuff too. It was a really good horror cast for the fact that it seemed like they not only liked doing this, they went on and kept doing more stuff like it.
There's a bunch of sequels to this.
Yeah, have you seen any of the sequels?
I have not.
Bride of
A lot of times
Reanimator
I've
was
checked.
recommended to me by Weberly, the fact
Bride of
that,
Animator, thank fuck.
yeah, Weberly,
Does
the
it
fact
answer
rat
all
from
the
over at
questions this
Coffee
one left
Movie
open?
he said that Dr. Hill's head gets quite an upgrade in the second movie, something
Oh
to that
my
effect.
God. Wait, Dr. Hill, he's the one who got his head smashed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who had it in a.
Slammed into the wall against near the black security guard, not He's not so active in his job. That guy realized he was getting paid $12 an hour and got the fuck out of there.
Well, that
I
was
loved how bad he was at his job.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's just, I love someone who just clearly gives no fucks about what's happening.
Like every time something, oh, we need to get in there. Yeah, well, I got to go get a sandwich.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Bye.
Yeah. Whatever, dudes.
He was really into his titty magazine. Like, really into his titty magazine.
Fair.
I thought it was clever, though.
He didn't have an iPhone.
No, in the 85, he didn't have those. It was clever, though, that he put the head on, though. He had, like, the skull thing. That was pretty smart, but...
All right. So, all right. Questions regarding that.
Do you have
To the logic of this, so I got to go back. All right, we're coming around. Oof.
Oh, pertinent
So
information.
the first thing West here decides to reanimate is this fucking cat,
Well, that
which he obviously fucking killed.
No.
Yeah. He's
At the start, he gave the guy too much, and the guy's eyes. That was the first one you see on camera.
yeah. Right, I realize that, but then he did the cat.
Yeah.
But West killed the cat, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
the
100%.
cat to bring
He's
it
a
back
fucking
because
creep.
even when they show reading
I don't
the
want-
Bible and stuff, he's talking about the things that he's brought back to life.
Yeah, and
And-
I don't want to say that he raped the cat before he killed it, but I think
Nobody
it was
wants to
just
say
kind of
it.
Insinuated. Yeah, I believe it was. I was led on to believe that.
Well,
The line though, the cat's dead. Talk later.
I don't know
Was
what
just
happened.
so great. Like, what
It
am I
ended up in the
supposed to
fridge.
say?
Yeah.
had
I was just going to
shit
tell you later. I had some shit to do. So he brings this fucking cat back, and he's basically getting fucking destroyed by this cat in the basement until Johnny Doctor shows up. I don't remember his name. It's not important.
I have it listed. I mean, if you want,
It's Dan Kane.
What's his name?
Dan Kane.
That's the character's name or the actor?
That is the character's name. The actor is Bruce Abbott.
Even worse.
Hell,
Get a
I
new
wish it
fucking
was Jim Abbott.
tank
He's
Abbott.
flipping that glove back and forth. And so, fucking Johnny Doctor, we'll call him, cruises down to the basement with his baseball bat. This cat is whipping the shit out of West.
Mm-hmm.
And he's losing that fight. This cat's going to kill him. Had Johnny Doctor not shown up, West dies in the basement. I believe that.
Yeah, or at least had a wicked case of rabies.
The cat would have killed him.
Undead.
No doubt. That guy's not a fighter.
No, he's not.
Cat could have.
And then the next thing they agreed to reanimate was some fucking bodybuilder.
Wait, no,
Like
no.
in the-
That is the dumb. But no, the next thing they decide to reanimate is like, oh no, we just killed the cat. Well, the cat was.
Oh no.
Let's bring him back again. Let's go for try number 2 on this. And the cat's in
Yeah,
2 pieces and back to life. That was way fucked up.
Yeah, but it didn't have a lot of fight left in it.
No.
They
I do love that anything that got smashed into a wall left like brain stains on the wall.
Yeah, I don't feel like some of the velocity at which some of those people were thrown into the wall would have left quite as much blood and brain, but
Right. Look, you have to slam someone into drywall to smear brains on the wall and not break the drywall. Things were built different back in the 80s. I get it. Craftsmanship, America. Donald Trump's bringing it back.
you know what? That comment works because Drunk Uncle just bitched about Donald Trump recently.
There you go. I mean, what can you say? You whip your fucking hair, you show up, you just bring America back to goodness.
NFL anywhere. Watch NFL on the toilet, Linda. Fuck yes. Yeah. So we keep talking about how fucking crazy the Reanimator was, and I had mentioned previously, like they cut out the a good chunk of the end to make it rated R because. Which did you watch it on DVD or Netflix?
I YouTubed it.
Oh, you YouTubed it. Okay.
I assumed it was on there in its entirety.
Which it is. It was on Netflix, so I just watched it on there. Which I'm trying.
That would have been my second check.
Let's see here. The R-rated version, when it was released on VHS and beta, because that was the time. The unrated theatrical cut and an edited R-rated version for those videos whose rental policies would not allow them to rent unrated films because it would have been rated X. The extreme gore was edited out, but edited back into the film as a deleted scene. When they go to the hospital in the morgue to confront Dr. Hill, Dan discovers West injecting himself with a watered-down version of the reagent in order to fight off fatigue. So that was taken out.
Well, that's actually pretty.
Seems like a good point.
The head.
The Reanimator wouldn't make a dead guy, like an alive guy, stronger.
No.
Oh, okay.
Go.
I don't believe that. I believe you would just have less control. I also struggle with the idea that the Broad's, I don't know her name, the Broad's dad, the dean.
Mm-hmm.
So he got turned into reanimated crazy person.
Yep.
Bodybuilder John fucking Ken Shamrock smashed his head into the wall.
Fucking Ken Shamrock.
That's what that guy looked like. And so Ken Shamrock fucking heads him a couple times and he fucking dies. And then he gets reanimated and they end up putting him in a padded cell.
Yeah.
And then Rapehead decides to give him a lobotomy.
I like how Corey interjects like
No, that's good. Someone's got to drive the boat. I'm here for ideas.
Yep.
Rapehead is a great name for him, though.
Yeah.
The most apt description of anybody in this so far.
Do you arrest the body on that rape? Because, I mean, it helped.
Oh, my God.
So, they lobotomize the dean, yet somehow he knows the directions to a house that he's never been to, where Dr. Johnny lives with West. So he knows the directions to there to show up and take this girl lobotomized and bring her right back to the clinic.
There was some
his daughter.
Explanation about how after he lobotomizes them in a specific way, he can then tell them what to do, which made zero fucking sense to me. So it's like...
Nope. Someone at the end just got asked that question I just asked. He said, why don't we throw in one sentence about that?
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
We're good. We nailed that.
Like, well, I'm trying to be forgiving of you guys talking about the holes in the plot of a movie where they injected green goo into somebody's decapitated head, and then the body got up and started walking around, and he was able to control it.
Still got rules to play by.
Okay.
And these are rules that you've brought forward.
This is the entire reason that we bring Matt onto this podcast, is to blow gigantic holes into these movies. That's the whole fucking reason that I've committed to watching 10 hours of Twilight.
Oh, goddamn, yeah.
So did this dick just carry her down? Like, how far did he live from the school? Let's just say that it's 3 blocks.
That's a valid point, so I didn't think about it.
This asshole just carried her down the street? It's like the whole Jake and Mike Myers thing, right? That, like, as soon as they're out of sight, they're out of mind, and we don't have to worry about them just, like, hobbling down the road, and people are like, what the fuck's that guy doing?
In 85, people have just been like, oh, drunk Timmy's out again.
Yeah, that's one of the fucking giant movie plots that, like, people don't worry about. It's just that as soon as they're off camera, you don't worry about where they're at.
I was really terrified when I saw this guy across the street a second ago, but now he's gone, so I'm mostly okay.
We're good to go.
It's perfectly fine.
Hey, can we take a small pause and I can go piss?
Yeah, let me pause the audio.
That would be awesome.
You're free, man.
All right. Be back shortly.
Yep. He is a hard man to keep up with their drinking.
Oh. I think he's got some experience.
I think he does, too. We might have to take a piss break here. I don't have to pee now, but depending on how long this thing goes for, I might have to pee later.
It might be worth it to try.
Nah. I'm not a pussy. Sorry, anyone listening.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't edit stuff out of the video, so...
No. I don't... Whatever. Yeah, I know you care about the Innsmouth Old Ale is really good too. The other HP Lovecraft beer, excuse me. It does have 7%. So you used to drink, right? You just don't anymore.
Right. I drank when I was last time I drank. I would have been 30.
Okay. So yeah, the Innsmouth Old Ale is 7%, and the Reanimator is 6.5. So
That was definitely a talk amongst yourselves moment.
we were just talking about how I can't edit the video as I just fucking unleashed a hell belch upon the people.
But you can't edit the video?
No, but I don't,
Why?
because it's streaming live to YouTube.
Oh, well, welcome and call in.
Yeah, right? I'm like, I don't even know if anyone's watching as I unleash a hell belch.
Is there any way we could check comments to see if anyone is watching?
That's a
That's next level. That's what we need to do next. I say we like I'm part of this. I'm not part of this.
You are part of this.
100% part of this. We can do a Q&A. Why are fucking comments are disabled right now? Probably because I don't want people to tell me how bad I am.
Fuck them.
So there's
What are they doing sitting home doing nothing? I'm over here goddamn creating art.
I think a buddy of mine's actually watching, but it just says one person's watching, but I'm watching my own video. So that's like listening to my own music.
You
Just
just
echoes
accepted
forever.
yourself, man.
Hey, Prince does it. Prince is fucking awesome.
Prince is fucking awesome.
He said that in an interview one time. Like, hey, what do you listen to? And he's like, I listen to Prince. When I'm tired of that album, I record another one.
That's
Fucking badass.
I listen to my own music on occasion because I enjoy it, but
But you're not a singer, right?
no, I play the drums.
Okay, then that's tolerable.
So is a Q&A something you'd want to do for the next one? Like if I go for...
If there's a way to fucking interact with assholes? Don't take offense by that, you sons of bitches.
No, yeah, if you listen to this podcast, if that...
We're talking about plebes, Corey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking regulars. The poors.
Huh. Yeah, if that offends you on this podcast, then you fucking...
Whatever.
You
I
have
said
a
rape earlier.
What did you say?
Yeah, rapehead earlier. If
Rapehead.
fucking, if the poors offends you.
I get a little offended on certain things, but Rapehead is still, to me, just the coolest name for that character.
It's either all okay for us to make jokes about, or none of it's okay.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely.
My opinion is that everything is up for jokes.
Yeah.
If you're offended, just be quiet for 10 seconds. We'll move on to the next joke.
I tend to agree.
If you're offended, there's other podcasts out there that aren't this one.
And speaking of, you can find more of our stuff over at the Galactic Collective. If you go to gncast.com, you can find us on Stitcher and iTunes and leave us feedback there. I'm sure we'll get some interesting feedback about this episode. And
All thumbs up.
Yeah. And if you want, you can leave us, you can call us and leave us a voicemail or even text message us at 805-328-3966 or email us at pot@gncast.com. That's right, pot@gncast.com for all you potheads out there.
We've decided to call our fans potheads.
That's fair.
We're adults.
Yeah, it's not legal in my state. Am I right?
Emailing?
Emailing is definitely... It hasn't caught on in Louisiana yet, but we're looking forward to it.
They're a little behind. I mean, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still using my DMB fan Ants Marching 69 at AOL.com, and it's been kicking in the emails.
See, I'm a big fan of. I have a Chunky Lover 63 at AOL.com. That was a reference for anyone paying attention, but yeah, it's legal in Corey's state. He's the one that came up with the potheads, so I think he's probably smoking
the ganj.
That is all I do every day.
I'll tell you
what
what.
State is that? Corey, are you in Colorado?
No, I'm in California.
Just
it's not legal there yet. It's
yeah,
close.
no, we have medicinal.
I would definitely be on that.
Legal enough.
I did have a client for a company that I worked for before that was a medicinal marijuana facility, and they wanted somebody discreet to come over there and work on their computer stuff. So I show up at the place, and I'm like, why is there an armed guard in front of this place that I'm about to go into? And I walk in and it's
Places
just full
get
of pot
fucking
just
robbed.
everywhere. I had no idea what I was walking into until I got there, but they were really great people.
Because they operate in cash and have tons of drugs.
Yes, they do.
It's fucking great business.
So I made the poor decision of being on a bowling team with my boss. Well, he's not my boss anymore. There's someone in between. But it was right when they started having more news stories about the legalization of marijuana, and one came on, and I was about a pitcher deep, and I remember just being like, if weed was legal here, and this is 100% true. I said if it was legal here, and I could not get fired for smoking weed, I said I would get fucking high as a kite every day, because I enjoy smoking weed. But it's not legal.
Look, with weed, I don't feel it's any different than alcohol, right?
No, not at all.
So I shouldn't be allowed to do my job drunk as shit.
I completely agree.
Like I said, I shouldn't be allowed to do my job high either. These are both a problem.
Yeah.
But I think if it's a goddamn weekend and you're an adult who shits together, I'm not against you having some fucking 21-year-old wants to go to the bar and have a fucking beer. I got no problem with that same 21-year-old sitting at their house on a Saturday night and smoking a joint. I don't care.
Regulate it like you do beer, like you said.
Let's make fucking tax money, you sons of bitches. Donald Trump's going to fucking sling it out there.
Donald Trump will deliver weed to your house.
Yeah.
That's a fact with drones.
So fun thing that you were talking about user, or as you call it, asshole interaction. A friend of mine is actually watching, and he agrees that weed is safer than booze, which I do agree.
I don't know, man. Look, I don't know which one's fucking safer.
Well, one it wreaks havoc on your liver. One is kind of rough on your lungs. It's apples and oranges.
Yeah, but you could also eat it. Technically,
metaphorically. I heard tales. I heard tall tales of eating it. The worst night I ever had in my entire life was eating too many brownies.
Oh, you can eat too much of it. That is a sure thing.
And
however, you're not going to eat too much of it. Yeah, but what you're not going to do is eat too much weed and then decide to fucking fist fight some random dude in a bar.
No, you're going to eat too much weed and go to sleep and fucking
lose. Vomit a little bit, but that's okay.
I drank NyQuil and went to sleep because I like to party.
You can't just downers on top of downers, man.
I didn't say I made a smart.
I mean, I guess you can.
I wanted it to end. I wanted the bad times to end.
There you go.
Yeah.
Here's where I make my gentle admission that I have never actually done anything with marijuana.
Wait, you've never done anything?
Nope. I've never smoked pot. I've never.
Well, me neither, Corey.
It's not a proud thing. It's just that's the bullshit that is.
I went to Amsterdam for 9 days last New Year's, and I just goddamn hung out with my friends and said, I'll stick to the craft beer.
Right? I think he's winking. I think we're getting winks. The wink, 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 gun, gun. There's nothing, Corey. There's nothing wrong with that. My wife hasn't, but my wife is also allergic to everything under the sun, including plant life. So if she's
with that said, I believe adults should be able to make whatever decisions they want to in their lives.
Yeah, I agree.
Adults choose not to drink. That's fine. That's your decision.
I'm good with that too.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
As long as it's not because you believe Earth is less than 7,000 years old.
I fucking work with someone whose wife's parents do not believe that space exists.
Space doesn't exist.
Space
Are they flat? Wait, you've got to start asking questions.
No, I don't want to talk to these people.
No. You've got to fucking dive in, hold your own shit back close. You can't fix these people. You've got to just inquire like you're like some type of pick your own fucking direction novel. I realize that's
not adventure.
Yeah. So you just start asking questions, and you're like, so, like, I realize there's no space, right? So I mean, what do you think those stars are? Stuff like that. Like, what's up?
What I want to know is how they explain what.
Yeah, no, it's exactly
there when you look up.
Like flat Earth.
Down.
The flat Earth people are one of my favorite things ever.
Oh man, people are.
Look at flat Earth.
There's a local band around here called Flat Dark Earth.
Yes.
Right?
the flat earthers make me really happy. This has been something I've got into very recently. I turned on to it by Chrissy May Cagney from Donuts and Deadlifts and
Yes.
her, I don't know, whatever, ex-boyfriend, whatever, guy Drew at the time.
You know, if you or any of your very, very powerful friends want to hawk anything on our podcast for the 30 people that listen, feel free.
I don't know, Donuts and Deadlifts, buy some stuff. They're good friends. Buy some slingshot stuff from Mark. He's a great fucking dude.
Say it's dynamic nutrition?
I sell things. Whatever. Those are sponsors.
All right, man.
Find me and figure it out.
What am I?
I'm not into all that.
The flat Earth theory has always boggled my fucking mind because we have proven you can fly all the way around the planet.
Yeah, you're right. Look,
Like
we've never.
down.
But look, the problem is you've got to discredit any space travel or any of that. And the sun is also like only 40 kilometers big, and it's just straight above us, and it floats over the center like a disc. I've done a lot of research into flat Earth. It's very exciting.
That's what I like about you.
Yeah.
But these are the
I've
same.
got free time.
These are the same
I've
people.
got free time, and I'm inquisitive.
These are the same people that probably believe that the moon landing was falsified.
Oh, yeah. The Venn diagram of moon landing fakers and flat earthers, it crosses over big time.
Which
You can't have both.
I don't get it. Like I don't understand how with the amount
I
of
would
information
super be
readily
into
available-
someone who likes flat Earth and thinks that we landed on the moon.
Okay, if you are into flat Earth and thought we landed on the moon, please send an email to
Call in.
Yeah.
805-328-3966.
We will have
Yeah,
you
kill yourself.
Sorry, I just got a text message that says, "What are kilometers? Freedom units are nothing."
Kilometers are 2.2.
No. We're dealing in only freedom units from here on out. Freedom,
Yeah, whatever.
freedom fries, freedom
Look,
units.
I'll stand for a lot of dumb shit America does, but kilometers and empirical system versus the metric system is shit. The metric system is just better.
So
Yeah,
I'm trying,
I agree.
and it's fun. I'm trying to buy an Audi, which
Ooh.
I know my wife's really not on board with this, but I am.
Which one?
An A4.
All right.
A really,
One of
really good
those.
deal. We can have a conversation about this later. It's a really good deal, but there's a lot of.
I just got one as a rental car.
Did you? Dude, they're so fun. I drove one this morning.
Yeah, they're fun. I was looking to buy one. I wanted the A7.
In a perfect world, if I won the lottery, I'd buy like an A8 or an A9. But
Yeah, but those are cars to sit in the backseat of while some other dick drives you.
that's kind of true. But the A4 is someone I work with, selling it at a really good price, only blue book value, but there's a lot of questions involved. That's neither here nor there.
They're very expensive to fix.
That's the other
Like
thing.
any luxury car. That's just, but that's luxury car facts. You want to buy a fucking nice fancy car, they're going to be expensive to fix.
Yep. But
So if the car's got 70,000 miles on it, I wouldn't buy it.
116 on the tranny and the body, but not the engine. It has a rebuilt engine inside. So I don't know how many
You
miles.
want to own one of these here. Let me break it down to you. You want to own some fancy luxury car. Here's what you do. You just suck it up and you lease it for fucking 3 years and give it back to these people.
See, but $8,000 for.
And then they handle all the fucking problems. And then you don't have to deal with it losing 50% of the value when you drive it off the lot.
You want to talk to my wife?
You don't have to resell it.
My wife, real quick. You can talk to her.
Yeah, you just lease it for a while and pay that money because it's the tax that you're paying for being someone who wanted to drive a fucking fancy car for a while. Then you just goddamn give it back to them.
And that's the only thing. The only
Then
reason.
go buy a fucking Ford.
Well, we have a Honda Civic, and I like it, but I've always wanted an Audi, and it's like this might be the only chance that I'll ever get an Audi at a respectable price.
I'm 100% with you. But an old Audi is not what you want.
Well, 2009 is not really old. It's
It
not.
is with 116,000 miles on it.
You know what? I regret bringing this up. Fuck you.
Fuck logic.
The whole point of me bringing this up was the
Flat
fact
Earth.
trying to read about this goddamn car, and everything's in fucking kilometers because it's a German car versus America units. Fuck.
My recommendation is just suck it up and figure out what the lease price is, drive it for fucking 3 years, and then give it back.
Oh my god. Google.
You don't have any of the headache. You just fucking, instead of you losing that money, which you're gonna,
Oh,
you
absolutely.
just deal with it. So, same way I felt about the Porsche Panamera. That's one of the ones I want to own for a while.
Coming from the guy who drives a Mini. Yeah,
My wife drives it, my friend.
no, I've seen videos of you driving it. Don't even start.
I've driven it. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted was an A7 or a Panamera. She
Remember-
drove the Mini and said, that's what we'll buy.
You end up with what your wife gets.
You think I'd go to work in a $7,000 suit and I'm going to drive a Mini every day? Come on.
I want to see you in a $7,000 suit.
Yeah, that was an Arrested Development.
Yes,
callback, but-
that was a good poll. I haven't watched Arrested Development recently, so I apologize.
Joe Blue is a genius.
That
All right, so back to Reanimator, you sons of bitches.
you're the one that keeps fucking driving the boat in the wrong.
No, you can't blame this on me. Don't fucking throw those darts. So let's get back to the when things get exciting. West is a lunatic.
He's,
Total sociopath.
but like you said, he's a lunatic with a heart of gold. He really means
His
for the best.
intentions are okay. I did not say heart of gold. He's not some fucking hooker with a heart of gold. He's not.
Well, I didn't say it was his heart.
He's not Pretty Woman.
Yeah, he's not Machine Gun Leg in Tarantino's Planet Terror
Yes,
or Rodriguez.
another poll. I feel like his intentions are okay. I'll go with okay, not good.
Yeah, he just wants people to live forever.
Yes, which
But the live forever part that everyone wants involves the not dying part.
and there are a lot of people on this earth who need to die.
That's true.
Okay. I thought you were gonna fight me on that
No,
one.
with that said, like if you could say, "Hey Matt, would you like to be immortal?" I'd be like, "Yeah, that sounds great."
But
Can
no.
I also not age? Because that would be very important.
And that's the thing, because if you age, let's go back.
Not like
Unless my wife and all of my friends are immortal with me,
I mean, new friends.
that sounds terrible. I hate people.
No, Matt, don't you know if you're immortal, you can go hit on high school chicks in the next movie which we're going to review with Matt Vincent, Twilight.
Eesh. I don't agree with that one.
No, I know.
Girls
That's what I'm
are
saying.
terrible.
Immortality sounds like a shit.
Yeah, look, if I could
not
just stay
sound
like
good at
30, this is where I want to be.
I'm pretty solid being 30. Also,
No, I'm totally sweet at 30. I'm like Britney Spears. I'm not a girl, but I'm not a woman.
God damn, you're full of them. You are full of them.
This brain operates at a really high speed.
I like that about you. Yeah, if the age at which you first injected the serum was the age you stayed, similar
Forever?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Similar to
No.
becoming a vampire. The age at which you are turned into a vampire is the age that you stay. If that was sign me up.
Well, do you stay that age, or can you also could you get fat from that point on, or would you always be that?
I think that's the thing, is that if you go into a stasis, this is commonly the thing with vampires, if you go into a stasis looking a certain way, then your body is always going to revert to that way.
Stay that way, right?
And stay that
So
way.
I would do a pretty sweet cut
And
then go.
yeah, I would do steroids pretty heavily.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Real
would definitely go.
strat. Yeah, and then
2 or 3 years, and I would always chase that dragon. The next thing I know, I'm 40, and I still don't look great, and then it's too late for me to really get on the immortal juice.
well, your buddy's Mark
I
Bell.
blew it.
So just
He
fucking
doesn't,
park
he
on that
doesn't say
train.
anything about those.
Not anymore. But
No.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
right. Yeah. Now that he has abs, you're right.
Yeah.
He's clean.
I wish I got abs and fucking.
Yeah. A lot of people go from 320 to fucking 250 with abs and stay clean. You're right.
Dude, I at no point said he was clean. The motherfucker's
Right.
Oreo roll.
Neither is he.
Oh yeah, and that's what I like about him. But
No, he's a great dude.
exchanged some emails with him, and he was nothing but nice the entire time. But
That's
yeah.
amazing.
but I completely agree with what you're saying. If you're going to become immortal, get just
Now's
fucking
the time.
ripped as shit. Yeah, get.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'd fucking roll out this way. Things have been pretty sweet, except for the whole. At some point, I'm gonna have to remarry because the old My wife's gonna die.
But okay, so think about this logically and rationally. You obviously love your wife.
Let's think about taking a serum that makes me immortal.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I just give it to her too?
That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you do it? But then
Then sweet.
so
It's
honestly,
not like I'm looking forward to like 80 years from now getting strange. I believe like if my wife and I are both going to be immortal, I think I could probably talk her into an open relationship.
you'd almost have to, because if you're plowing the same gash for eternity,
Listen, I am nothing if not dogging and relentless. I'd break her down. Maybe not be able to talk her into open relationship, but I could definitely talk her into that. It'd be cool for me to go get like a rub and tug.
I'd almost
Right?
be more into an open relationship than a rub and tug situation, because there are some 100% dirty places around here.
That sounds like a guy who's never had one.
I hesitate to ask if you've had one.
No comment.
Okay, I have not. So apparently.
I already told you guys that I don't smoke weed, so I don't really have to do
Right.
anything
So
now.
you're probably not into rub and tugs either.
I like
Worries
the
about-
Rug and Tub, which is like the Bed Bath and Beyond.
What?
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
There's a
You've
golden hand.
contributed nothing. You've been awarded 0 points.
There's a Golden Hands Asian massage down the street that keeps getting.
Golden hands? Oh, yes. Like, just a dead giveaway is the massage parlor open until 10 p.m. They're probably jacking dudes off.
Yeah, it keeps getting shut down by the cops. There's no
That's a good
secret
sign.
as to what's going on over there.
Probably means the quality's great. They stay open. People just keep coming, even though there's a chance of getting arrested.
Literally,
God
and
damn.
figuratively, they keep coming.
Nice. That's their billboard.
The
It
cops
just says
coming, and so
12 arrests, they keep coming. Golden Hands Massage.
oh shit!
That sounds awesome.
I mean, dude, if you want to come to Egypt, Wisconsin, I'll take you there.
You live in a town called Egypt, Wisconsin?
No, I live in Appleton.
I'm going to stick with Egypt.
Well, it's Egypt to some people. It's less in the middle of nowhere than where I grew up, though.
Fargo?
No, Sheboygan.
Also, that series is supposed to be awesome. Is anyone watching that?
I just finished watching the second season. It is amazing. It is easily
I've
the
seen
best thing
none
I've done
of
on TV. It's so good. The first season was great. I don't want to undersell the
Breaking
first season
Bad
at all, but the second season was just levels above it.
It's Breaking Bad good.
I have only seen sparing parts of Breaking Bad because my wife was watching it. I'm saving it for a bit I do called Ain't Got Time to TV, where I watch the first episode and the last episode of a show and just fuck it up.
Oh god, I think I just shit myself.
Please don't do that with Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's exactly why I have to do it.
Breaking Bad is. There are a lot of TV shows that I will not go to bat for. Breaking Bad was hands down one of the best shows I've ever watched, because the progression of Walter White from a normal
Yes,
to like a
From
fuck.
that shitty, impotent Matt Vincent mustache to being... So, plot holes for Breaking Bad. Spoiler fucking alert. Just discussing Walter White's facial hair, right?
Let's go back a bit. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad at this point, you're a fucking subhuman being. Get your shit together. Besides Corey, I love you, Corey. Watch the show. Get your shit together.
I'm forcing my wife to watch all of it.
I would
Because
try.
I believe it's the best thing that's ever been filmed.
It's really hard to argue that, because
As far as character development, investment in plot, they don't fuck up. All of it. Man, when they fucking get out of season 2 and get into season 3 and they really start cooking and moving forward and building the empire,
shit
it is fucking gas pedal down. Period.
I know this
It's
is a
like,
podcast, but I feel like we should just talk about Breaking Bad for 2 hours sometime.
yeah, I'm into that. But I mean, like from that point on, like they basically, like the whole emotional ride that you have for the first season of, oh god damn it, what's that Claire Danes show?
Homeland.
So-called life?
Yeah,
Oh.
that as well. So-called life is a real emotional roller coaster.
It
Fucking
really is.
I
Lee
forgot.
is in there, just
Don't
fucking
use
being a hunk. Oh, me and Jared Leto don't get along, by the way.
Have you met him? I have such a man
Yeah.
crush on him.
We didn't get along.
Okay, so I almost
He's a
strictly
tiny fella.
yes, and I almost strictly listen to death metal. With the
But you listen to a lot of 30 Seconds to Mars?
I do. I fucking
You like weird space rock?
the second record,
All right.
one of my
I'm not
favorite.
going to bash you for that. We, when I say we, the band I worked with, so we opened for them a couple times.
Really?
Yeah, and
I'll let you finish.
every time consistently. These were like places, and they're like local to here places. So like, these are places that we play a lot. We know all the people that work at the fucking bars and the venues. And we would get some message when we got there like, oh, by the way, 30 Seconds to Mars doesn't want you in their green room. So instead of a green room, you're going to get this area next to the stage with an ice chest.
You were working with Merriweather, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Funny story to kind of go along with that. My friend's band, Reaping Asmodea from Minneapolis, recently played a show in Minneapolis with the Faceless, and two tours were in Minneapolis on the same day. It was After the Burial, the Faceless, Rings of Saturn, Reflections, who are also from Minneapolis, fucking To the Wind, and a bunch of other bands. The Faceless kicked everyone out during soundcheck because they didn't, and which is fucking stupid because I'm outside of a door, I can still hear you playing. But Rings of Saturn lost their shit because Reflections, whom are from Minneapolis, got billed higher than they did for that night.
Yuck. Let me explain. So one of the things I love about ETID, and from all of like the Shit Happens DVD or any of that, is how little those fucking guys take
themselves. Those guys don't give a shit about anything.
They're in on the joke.
Yep.
Which is one of the things I really like about most of the Highland Games guys. It's very important that you're in on the fucking joke. And that joke being that we get paid to throw rocks in a fucking field. Don't take yourself too fucking serious. If you're a really good thrower, there's this thing you can go do called the Olympics.
That's a really good way to put it.
Other than that, just fucking shut up, have a good time, and get paid.
You know, wow.
With that said, fucking challenge me. Come at me.
Not at all. That's I feel very weird and creepy making comments regarding the videos you post because I watch them and you're talking to a plethora of people and then I talk to you about them.
Yeah, sure. I vlog. You watch it. It's cool.
But yes, there was.
We can pretend it's not weird.
What's that? That's not at all what I'm doing.
We can pretend it's not weird.
But your wife made a comment about how you were relating what she prefers more, the strongman lifting or Highland Games. And she said that Highland Games seems just a lot more fun.
Yes.
So would you say that the strongmen, the guys aren't in on the joke together?
Correct. Well, so the amateur crowd of any of those sports that I've been part of is not in on the joke.
Which makes perfect sense. I lift with a bunch of guys who do the strongman stuff nearby, and they get really...
It's their whole life, and they're terrible at it. And let me be clear. If you're not going to World's Strongest Man, you're terrible at it.
Fair enough. I'd say they're better than me, but I eat Taco Bell and drink beer. So
correct.
Fuck am I.
You seem to have your shit together. I'm not saying this isn't a valid hobby that you shouldn't have a lot of fun with.
It's a hobby to me.
Make no mistake.
Yeah.
It's a hobby.
I'm not going to win
this,
shit.
For me, is a hobby.
It's a hobby, but you've won.
Yeah, it's still a hobby.
Which, that's kind of it's an interesting way to put it, though. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is just a hobby I have, but I
It's a
fucked
hobby.
everyone a couple times.
Yeah, it's still a hobby. I can still care to be good at it, and I can train hard for it. But that doesn't mean that I'm not realistic in the idea that it doesn't define me. I mean, at no point was it like, I'm going to fucking win the world championship in the Highland Games or die.
I think I have a,
That I'm going to fucking sacrifice time with my wife, that I'm going to sacrifice these other things to be the best in the Highland Games.
I have a
Yeah,
man.
there is some sacrifice, don't get me wrong. But there are things I don't want to fucking do anyway.
You have the most like normal human approach to life, and being the
Well,
best.
goddamn, you should. Look,
But
let me, all right, real quick. This is my real quick explanation for why I feel the way I do about strength sports
Yep.
and what I train for. Look, I love Highland Games. I love it. I love competing in it. I love everything that it's brought to my life. You're not interested in talking to me tonight without it, and
Which
I'm aware of that too.
you're more than that, Matt.
Sure, I am because we spoke.
Touche.
But because I am a world champion at the Highland Games, people are interested in talking to me. I realize the platform that I have created for myself due to the Highland Games, and I do love the sport. However, none of this is going to go on my fucking tombstone.
No, and you've said that before, which I very much respect. I
And so the second half, real quick, is in the 14.6 billion years that fucking this rock of Earth has been spinning around, and all the amazing things that have happened in history, and all the great human achievements.
I was an honor to you.
How far I threw a fucking rock in a field one day doesn't register. So just do your fucking job and do what you trained for. That's all it is.
And that goes all the way up. I mean, you could be the fucking president for 8 years, and in the greater scheme of
Correct.
things, so the
Correct.
fuck what?
Fucking take it easy. I mean, look, but that's the mental mindset of the difference in whether you think other people should give a fuck about what you're doing.
Right.
And I don't think other people should give a fuck about what I do with the Highland Games. It's
But
just
they should
something
enjoy it if it's something they enjoy, and if they enjoy
you should
seeing
totally enjoy it.
then they should
Not
enjoy
only
that.
should he enjoy it.
Yeah.
Where people fuck up is they put so much weight on this accomplishment. And you got guys that sacrifice fucking everything for it. That they think like, I won't be around my wife. I won't fucking be around this. I won't be around my kids because I've got to train 3 hours or 5 hours a day and work this real fucking job and do these things to be the best at this fringe of a fringe sport.
So, if I may, going back on what you said, yes, I'm familiar with you because of the Highland Games, but it's the fact that you're a normal person. Like, hey, I can talk to you, and I don't
Right.
feel intimidated by you, and that's the reason that we keep coming back to this. This is the reason that I buy your clothes, the reason that I watch your videos, because you're a fucking normal human being. You know what I mean? Some of these people get big heads and
Yeah.
shit, and
And some do, and some go the other direction. I mean, look, my main competition, Dan McKim, doesn't have any of those things. He's also in on the joke,
I have
but
not.
he's the complete other side of it.
I haven't heard of him, and I do not give a
Of
shit.
course not. He has more world championships than I do. He has beat me 3 out of the last 5. Out of the last 5 times we've competed at Worlds, he's my main competition. But you don't know who he is
No, because
because
whatever.
he's got 5 kids and he's 32, and he has a different side of life that he enjoys living.
Fair enough. And
But he gets it as well, right?
all that matters is that you're happy doing what you're doing. That's what it boils
Look, I
down.
don't have any trophies displayed in my house.
Oh, trophies! I thought you said roofies.
Yet.
Either way,
So you don't get a trophy for winning the Highland Games?
no, I do. I get plenty of them.
Oh, fucking, we gotta make that over here. You don't keep them, really? You want us to mail me one?
Here, like, hold on.
I'll just scratch out Vincent and oh fuck, he's going to get one.
He's behind.
Does he
Behind.
Or is he wearing short shorts?
This is the broken Second place trophy from the World Championships last year I got in France.
Why'd you break it?
I didn't break it. It just showed up broken, and I didn't give a shit enough to ask for a second one.
Fair enough. Are you wearing short shorts?
Yeah.
Boy.
Because he fucking can.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm gonna not let these quads breathe.
By the way, I'm going to correct you Matt, about what you said, which is the only reason that you're on the show is because you won the Highland Games. No, the bigger reason why you're on the show is because you fucking decided to come on here with us, and that's who you are. That's what it's about, is the fact that you could be any number of different things, but you're the guy who said, "Oh yeah, that fucking sounds cool," and I'm willing to
that
show
sounds
up on
fun,
your
but that's why I've also done it a second time in a short amount of time.
Yeah, so I mean that's the big thing. Is like there's tons of other people who've won the Highland Games, I'm sure, and they're
it's
not
just
here.
something else I do. It's really not that big a fucking deal.
I'm hoping.
And with that said, I love it.
Yeah.
Look, I love I love that I'm going to spend fucking 14 days in Scotland next year. You know, before I go to the World Championships at Halkirk. I'm very excited about that. I know those dates, and I will train very, very fucking hard for it. But what I'm looking to more than that is in those 14 days, I'm going to fucking tag along in a car with Scott Ryder, my buddy from London, and talk tons of shit and eat shitty food and laugh and have beers and fucking get drunker than we should and ride around the Scottish countryside fucking, you know, after games, slinking into fucking shitty cold rivers, drinking beer there. It's those things, man. Those are the experiences I'm not fucking willing to give up.
Yeah, that sounds like a good life.
Can we take another piss break?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pause this. All right, talk.
All right, I'm gonna go grab another beer or more.
Corey,
My 4 are gone.
I brought 6. I'm just open.
I'm gonna go grab 2 more.
Attaboy. All right.
All right.
I am nursing this tea.
Cool.
Hello, YouTube viewers. Viewer. By the way, anybody who is interested, Reanimator is actually a very fun film. Oh God, it looks like Gregor's watching us. So yeah, and I was going to give credit, and I think I kept missing the opportunity to Weberly the Fact Rat from Creepy Coffee Movie Time, who gave me some information in relation to the movie, and we had seen a film on Creepy Coffee Movie Time recently called The Brain That Wouldn't Die. I know none of this is going to make it in the audio, but The Brain That Wouldn't Die has a very similar scene in it with Jan in the pan. Her head winds up in a pan, much like Dr. Hill's does, and it reminded me of that when I was watching this. So, big thank you to Webbs and everybody, you know, Balrock and No Name and Cave Girls and everyone at Creepy Coffee Movie Time, who are excellent people. That's mostly here just for me.
Oh yeah. All right, what'd I miss?
I don't know. Your camera's off.
Oh, it was?
It looks like it. I can't see you at all.
Really?
Yeah. Just got to go. There you are.
Yeah, I just turned it off and back on. My wife's like, "Are you done yet?" And I'm like, "No, it's just a pee break." She's like, "Are you fucking serious?" Yes.
We do the long episodes when Matt is here.
I don't know. Like, he likes to talk, and I just walked away.
And because he's fun to talk to, so.
Fucking A. I gotta.
I'm amazed I got all the white man business in.
Dude, you're so good at that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
By the time we're done with this, I'll probably be pretty drunk.
Yeah, by that time.
I'm getting there, but I could still drive to Taco Bell if I had to.
Gregor's telling me to tell you to man up that we don't do pee breaks on what else is on. I know
Well,
that
then
I
we
have
would
a
have
couple
just
of
turned
times
off the
gone to
podcast.
use the
That's what would have
restroom.
happened.
Gregor, my dick hurt. I had to pee. All right, man.
I'm a goddamn 32-year-old man. I don't need your permission to go piss in my own toilets.
Yeah.
That's right.
Suck ass, Gregor.
I think
Yeah,
you don't need
take
permission
that,
to go
Gregor.
in anybody's toilets.
Eat my dick, Gregor.
Can you do that again for me, Matt?
Eat my dick.
I
Shouted at you through a trophy. That's a second place trophy. Thank you.
had to make sure I got that in the actual audio for the podcast.
I got frowned at Worlds because as soon as they handed, so first place trophy was this fucking Wang Chug like big plastic.
Is it different every year?
Yeah, they change depending on where you're at. This one was in France last year. Really fucking cool. We got to compete at like this 11th century castle,
Yeah.
and it was awesome. It was a really, really cool trip. Other than like the accommodations for a town that has an 11th century castle, they're not into new modern beds.
So what is?
I brought my wife with me, so I'm like stuck like in a fucking full size bed in some hotel that doesn't have air conditioning. It's France.
What time of year?
June?
How hot is it over there in June?
It's not crazy hot, but it ain't fucking 65 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 70-ish, and not enough wind without a ceiling fan for me to be comfortable sleeping
Fuck that.
in a bed that's like this. So I drank a bunch of beer out of this the night they gave it to me, and I guess it failed on the when they tried to mail it to me.
Oh, so it was not broke when they gave it to you. It was broke when you received it.
No. Yeah. They gave it to me, and I drank a bunch of beer out of it that night. Out of the second place trophy, like a real champion.
Boy.
And then, fuck that, I earned it. And then, man, I got my ass kicked in France. And then when I gave it back to Jean-Louis,
Jean-Luc
like, hey,
Picard.
can you mail this to me? Because this would be awesome. And he was like, yeah. And then when it got here, it was just fucking busted to bits.
So when does your season start again?
I think I'm going to go a little later this year. Like, I think I'm going to skip my early games and just start like in May. I think I'm going to start with like Victoria or Costa Mesa, like one of those two. Maybe if there's a good game in Sacramento, like there usually is, if there's any money at all in Sacramento, I'll go.
Are you planning?
Just because I can also go see Mark Bell and those guys.
Are you planning to do Chicago?
Yeah.
I will fucking.
Of course.
I'll come visit you.
I'll be there, dude. Come hang out too, because like get a hotel room, because like post Chicago we usually go party.
I will. I'll bring some friends. What is that? June? Looks like 19th and 20th.
I don't know, something like that.
Well, you should fucking know these things, all right?
I don't. The weekend rotates. It's like whatever. If that was the second weekend, then yes, we do it the second weekend of June.
Whatever. June.
So,
that 2015 was the June 19th and 20th. That's what the
there
internet
you go.
tells me. So
whatever that weekend in June the next year is. But yeah, we end up going to Kuma's like post game and
fucking Kuma's.
Yeah, right. I drag a lot of the dudes out to fucking go make sure we're going to Austin.
I'm going down to Chicago in February. Coheed and Cambria are playing with Glassjaw.
That'd be fun.
Feel free if you want to fly up to Chicago to come with us.
Yeah, I'm not flying to Chicago for that.
I don't blame you, but the invite stands.
That would be a great reason to go. I'm not a dick about it. I would like to see half of those bands play.
I'm going for Glassjaw, and then Glassjaw just announced a headlining show in Milwaukee, which is even closer to me. 2 days later.
Yeah, I'm not that bummed out about Coheed and Cambria, but I would. Daryl Palumbo is who I really want to see play.
Yeah. Hands down, I'm going to see Glassjaw. They're just playing.
It wasn't him and his goddamn Crohn's disease keeping him from fucking traveling.
Well, they're playing twice within 2 days. 2 days. Fuck. Too many beers. Two times within 3 days, within like 50 miles of each other. So I'm going to hit both shows. We're going to Three Floyds Brewery in between there too. So
that's a fucking excellent call. Three Floyds is fucking great.
Never been there. I've always wanted
to do a Chicago Drift-A-Lift.
I mean, if you want to do a Drift-A-Lift in Chicago in February, on the 27th of February.
No.
It's like fucking 40 degrees here. Don't even complain about it being cold. I shouldn't say that. It's 20 right now, but it has been
It's like 70 now.
Fuck you and your southern shit.
It's also humid and you can get malaria. So, I mean, whatever.
Is fucking rape? Malaria rape?
I don't think malaria rape's a thing. A little overboard.
It might be. I don't know.
I think you need to take a couple plays off.
But that wasn't Corey that said it. That was me. But
either way, then you, Matt. Two Matts don't make it right.
Someone needs to take a play off. There's too many malarias.
All right, back to Reanimator.
Yeah.
So the fucking final scene, right? All right. So I don't understand. Does the Reanimator drug also give you ESP? Do you get telepathy powers because of it?
What's your basis for that question?
Because fucking old Rapehead also can tell his body what to do, which doesn't make any fucking sense because they're not connected.
Yes.
I also don't understand how he can talk because he didn't have lungs. What moves fucking air through his mouth and vocal cords?
Yes, and that was one of the things I thought of while he's gasping.
And the body under the table.
And I'm like, why are you gasping for air when you have nothing?
Nope, you don't have lungs. There's no air going to move through those things. You don't get to make any noise.
He also doesn't have...
Decapitated head, don't talk. Fact 1.
Yep, he doesn't have a larynx or a voice box, so he doesn't have anything that can make fucking mouth sounds. Bullshit. That was good. We just go hard. There was a lot of loopholes in this movie, but I feel like with all horror movies...
So did he get telepathy?
He must
he did. Because then he did that fucking weird, reveal where all the other dead bodies in the morgue woke up at the same time.
I have something planned too. Just fucking butthole party.
Yeah, he just fucking drops a beat. And fucking everyone lost their minds.
Fucking Skrillex hitting a space bar.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Wow. Those guys are talented.
Fucking Transformers.
So on to that subject slightly. I just found an Instagram for this thing that happens on the West Coast. You have to be into this. If you're not, I'm going to be kind of slightly bummed out. And it's called Emo Night LA. And the hashtag they have is Taking Back Tuesday.
Oh my god. Is the show on a Tuesday at least?
I'm sure. But so if you go back to, say, being a 20-ish-year-old in bars, so it's like these DJs run this party night, and like they play nothing but emo music. So it's like Taking Back Sunday and Census Fail and like all these other fucking bands like Seosin and Chiodos and all this, and the crowd is just fucking singing their ass. It's like a bunch of random 30-year-olds dressed in scene gear singing their fucking asses off. I am so embarrassed at what a good time I would have at that.
Oh, just best. Please tell me they were playing From First to Last. Like,
yeah, dude, I would
more era like, From First to Last that no one knows that he's Skrillex at the same time.
One of the clips on their Instagram is like the whole crowd is just this My Chemical Romance song, and it's like So Long and Goodnight. It's like from the end of Helena, or like the chorus of Helena, and everyone's singing. I'm like, I'd be fucking losing my mind. I'm very aware that I would be really loaded and just yelling in my white belt at the stage. Well, occasionally, like they've got like singers that come into the shows and play like a couple songs. Like the guy from Dashboard comes up and plays a couple.
I have a band crush.
A couple nights. Oh, why wouldn't you? Chris Cabrera is the best.
I spent an uncomfortable amount of money on it's the Swiss Army Romance 5x7, yes. And it fucking folds out into a big Swiss Army knife.
It's so sad.
Fuck you, but yes, it's so true.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.
I'm all with you, but it's so sad. Oh, god damn it, dude. I would attend that night. Like, they have a bunch of shirts they sell that just say sad as fuck.
There's one guy wearing a t-shirt that says dad as fuck.
Oh. Yeah. And it's Mark Hoppus when he says some guy.
Okay.
I'm looking it up right now. That's funny,
Yeah,
Corey.
Blink-182. Yeah.
Yep, I loved Blink-182s too. Or,
Of course you do, because you're fucking 30.
yeah,
I
right?
currently listen to My Chemical Romance, actually.
The Chemical Snow Pants.
Like their new stuff?
They don't have new stuff. They broke up a couple years ago.
You mean like their newest? Like anything past the Black Parade?
I listened to all of the My Chemical Romance albums.
Until the Black Parade, and then you
No, they only had like they had
yeah, the whichever
major
one
release
has the
before
spider
Black
logo
Parade.
on it, you quit listening.
No,
'Cause
I
it's
kept listening.
terrible.
I love them because they
God
kind of
damn
have
it.
throwback sounds to shit that I grew up with the hair bands and
God
stuff.
damn it, Corey.
I
Just listen
I'm
to
not
Three
ashamed.
Cheers for Sweet Revenge and just be super stoked on it.
what's that?
Or listen to Brand New while you're fucking flying up the East Coast at any point, or anytime you're going to Chicago, you listen to Alkaline Trio and you're super amped on it, but only old Alkaline Trio stuff when they're super angry and still young.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you should.
I'm 44.
Hey, Corey's older than we are.
I
Yeah,
listen to My
like-
Chemical Romance because they remind me of Queen and stuff from Grease and Xanadu and shit like that. That's why I like them.
I'm
Those
okay with the
aspects.
first third of those things.
I was like, you should probably stop while you're ahead, Corey. You're going to get into a deep
I'm
hole.
100% into Queen. Goddamn Freddie Mercury is amazing.
Goddamn right. But
No
ELO,
one can sing as good as fucking Freddie Mercury. Fact. Since
absolutely.
or ever has been able to. That fucking giant tooth son of a bitch can sing his dick off.
You may be aware, but he would not get his teeth fixed because he thought it would change his singing voice.
Yeah, it makes sense. He's a goddamn champion.
Good man.
Just the voice of a fucking angel.
Yeah. So,
Why are we here again?
why did the Reanimator drug fucking give you telepathy? That's how you bring it back. Subtle.
They don't explain. There's no valid reason as to why his head could talk to his body.
Or the other bodies in the room.
Well, they try and say
Why
that
did the head need blood?
they didn't explain that either. But they were trying to say that by
Why
the
did the head only
lobotomizing.
operate when it was attached to a big surface?
I mean, that's the thing is that he does control the other dead people, and he does
Oh,
it
yeah.
sometimes with facial gestures and shit. Like he looks at them like, "Go do this," and they're like,
Yeah, there's fucking someone with telepathy. He doesn't notice fucking Dr. Johnny come in the room while he's yelling at West
I need to
while
figure.
he's explaining his whole plot.
I need to figure out how to lobotomize my wife, so when I wink at her, she takes her pants off. No.
Fair.
Where?
Back to roofies. We're gonna.
We come full
If you, had
circle.
a, yeah, if you had a button that was like a car crash instead of like the wah wah wah, just for bad jokes.
Kinda somewhere around
Um,
the show notes.
I mean, thank God. Look, at least the topless broad chick at the end. I mean, she's die hard into Dr. Johnny. Also, look, once she's fucking spoiler alert, you sons of bitches. Once she's dead, he fucking tries to reanimate her like that's the final thing, right? We're gonna just fucking lead into the next one. He doesn't turn her head backwards to shoot it right into the goddamn base of the spine. He just loosey-gooseys it into the side of her neck.
Well, he had really no experience in bringing things back himself. It was kind of that's why it was such an afterthought for him, is that it always been West that was doing it, and he was just kind of watching it happen. And West did some shit when he wasn't even around, so he's just like, "Well, I got this shit, and my girl's dead. Let's see what I can do. Let's pet cemetery this bitch."
Yeah.
I mean, there's that, and the fact that I just think they didn't give a shit at the end of the movie.
That's
They're-
fair.
We're making
I'm
a
with that, but that's lazy.
But come on,
Tarantino would care.
tell me what part of this movie wasn't lazy.
Well, I mean,
Come on, I'm waiting for it.
Lovecraft wrote it for $5.
Have you read the book at all?
Nope.
See, I kind of wished I would have been able to.
It was kind of a throwback to his take on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Which there was a lot of vampire-y, Frankenstein-y stuff going on.
Well, there's not vampire shit, but there's Frankenstein.
The blood
No
thing.
one sustained themselves off of someone else's blood.
Touche. There was a lot of parts where at which I thought they were going to try and suck someone's blood, or there was something involving blood. There was a lot of times where they looked like they were going to eat someone's neck off.
They definitely had some zombie stuff going on.
You win. The beer has got the best of me, and I forget that vampires and zombies are two fucking different.
However, like, one of the things I read was they also quoted the same poetry in both Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and Reanimator. So that was like Lovecraft's only nod to both.
Something else that kept bothering me was the music was very similar to Psycho, the original Psycho movie. No? Okay. I'll go fuck myself.
I mean, maybe, but I need to rewatch Psycho now, and I've seen that one a bunch of times. It's great, by the way.
Oh, Psycho's a good movie, but I just...
Also, look, the remake's good, too.
Vince Vaughn does a really good job of being Norman Bates.
Look, it has zero to fucking do with Vince Vaughn. It has all to do with Van Zandt.
Well, goddamn, Matt, fuck you.
Yeah, the director. So, I mean, like, it's almost fucking shot for shot, which
I've heard that.
Yeah, which I super respect a director to fucking be able to be that meticulous and say, this is how we're going to do it. I'm far more a fan of directors than I am actors.
Well, the directors are really the ones, for lack of a better term, the directors are the ones that are directing.
Well, not only that, like, the director is the one that should realize, unlike some fucking Michael Bay fuck. Like, I get it. Boom, things are blowing up. This is fucking great. Bang. But, like, what you've got to realize is that this guy created this entire atmosphere. So all the pictures on the wall, all of the clothes, all of everything was a choice. So it should all be judged. None of us should just get a pass. They didn't just show up to fucking set that day in those clothes and they were like, yeah, it looks great.
You're melting my brain right now, but keep going.
So, I mean, that's why something like 28 Days Later is great.
And
it's because there aren't any fucking directorial mistakes. Which is why something like Bronson is fucking amazing. Because the direction's great, and then the acting is great on top of it.
I cannot argue that at all. Because there's nothing... I can't think about anything in those movies that I can point out and say, that's...
a shitstorm.
Yes, much like the last two movies we've talked about where it's like, that just doesn't make any sense. There's no rhyme or reason.
Nah, it's not true. The whole Nosferatu's good.
And no, I never said Nosferatu wasn't good.
Right.
But there was
you're talking about such a young craft at that point.
Yes, that was 1920. I mean, what other horror movie was really around? There's not...
Well, not even just movie. Like fucking Boat Captain Mickey?
Yeah.
Just racist cartoons at that point. It was like all you had to go on.
Yeah. All that stuff was still really young. So, I mean, you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt when you're dealing with something from the 1920s versus the 80s, and still what changed between the 20s and the 80s, and still how the technology change from 1920 to 1980 is still minuscule in comparison to what changed from 1980 to 2015.
Of course, but look, it's no different than anything else, right? So the technology is the addition. The craft still lays with the director, and that director has to decide who's going to portray these characters in a certain way.
Yes.
And so you get great stuff from some people, and you get really shit from other people, but it depends on what you're going for. Like, you don't need great fucking equipment to put off a great movie.
No, and something I can relate to movies is, the same has changed with music. So 20 years ago is when I started playing in bands, the ability to create a decent sounding record in your basement then versus now, tenfold different. And calm down. There's
All
more.
right. No. I'm 100% with you. Other than one of the issues, since we've both been into similar music, I'm going to assume we both have the same taste. I like bands that sound like they're in a bar. Like, I like a dirty sound. I don't like that overproduced. I don't like any of that. But which I understand a band who's been stuck because they're fucking broke and not popular and any of those things, like recording what they can, right?
Yes.
And then when you've been given the fucking keys to the castle, you walk in and like, hey, we've got fucking 10 amps and we've got fucking 150 guitars that you can try to play on. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you fucking try to do something goddamn insane? And then you realize like, oh, that's not us. Too late.
But okay, so when I recorded the Sky and the Execution record, we had a producer who loved to get paid to smoke weed and use weird amps. So he would,
Nice.
yeah. So he'd be like, "Oh, you heard this part?" And he'd be like, "Hang on," and he'd go get this amp from the 1950s that was kicked 12 times by a Jewish monk, and thought it would sound really good in this part. And you know what I mean? That record sounds really dirty and raw, and I still love the way it sounds to this day. It does not sound perfect, and that's not what we wanted it to sound like. But we had a producer who understood the sound we were going for. So I agree. A perfect sounding record does not sound real, because I could take a band from down the street, pump them through my computer through an interface, and press the shit out of it and sound perfect. But
of course, but cream still rises, right?
Yes.
But it's not the quality of the music that still sells records or movies or any of those things. It's still the quality of the content.
Yes.
And that's what matters. And that's where it comes down to director or fucking actor. Like Tom Hardy does not get enough praise, in my opinion, for what he pulls off. I think he's really he's used a lot and that guy's paid a fuckload, so it's hard to call him a diamond in the rough. But no one's talking about him being a fantastic actor.
But the only thing people consistently refer to Tom Hardy as is Bane. In my
Sure, but he's not. Look at Bronson. You got fucking Mad Max, which he barely spoke.
Yep.
And then you've got
he's in
the one he did with James Gandolfini, which is fucking The Drop, which I really enjoyed. And his new one that's out right now, Legend, where he plays like both main characters. I'm very stoked to see that.
I hear he's really good in it too.
I'm sure he's fucking great.
Yes.
He's a talented guy.
He's cute too.
Oh, he's a handsome fuck. Yeah. Jim Wendler would bang the shit out of him.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't bang him, no. I'd like to go have a beer with him.
You have a better chance of that happening than I do.
Me going to have a beer with Tom Hardy?
Yeah. He's saying...
Man, even playing the fucking weirdest round of like Kevin Bacon in my head of who I have connections to, I don't think I have any to Tom Hardy.
You really don't?
All right, let's actually fucking run the numbers on this.
Go for it. Have at it, man.
I mean, my closest route to go, right, is I'd say we'd have to go through... First round for me would have to be either Kelly Starrett, Chris Bell. Those have got to be the two.
I would go Chris Bell first, but
right.
I don't know who Kelly all knows.
Well, Kelly knows Tim Ferriss, and Tim Ferriss is fucking gigantic, so I assume he knows lots of people.
Yeah.
Not a Tim Ferriss fan, but he knows a lot of people. So I don't know who Tim Ferriss knows to get to Tom Hardy. Do I think Chris could get there in 5 more steps? I don't know.
I guess, how well do you know Chris Bell?
Well enough that I could text him right now.
Okay. So, I guess what it boils down to is how well do you know who Chris Bell knows?
No, none. But that's the 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon.
But he might know someone that he might know fucking Tom Hardy for
He may know someone who 5 people away knows Tom Hardy.
I would give it less than that, just knowing Chris Bell's involvement in...
Chris Bell's a documentary guy who's not Quentin Tarantino.
But he's still... His document... It's really hard to gauge how well someone knows Chris
I'm
Bell.
not fucking bad-mouthing the guy.
No, not at all. Neither am I. I love his documentaries and I love his work.
Right.
But what I'm saying is it's hard to gauge how well he knows other people based on the fact that I know who he is.
Sure, no, but like I have a rough idea of who Chris knows, and I would assume most of those people end up in New York or Hollywood. So I would think that there's at least some small percentage of that knows someone in London, or at least enough A-list Hollywood that maybe someone has dealt with Tom Hardy. So I would think I'm like 4 or 5 steps away, and I can't name any name past Chris Bell.
The inebriated part of me says, fucking text him right now.
Text Chris Bell, hey, do you know anyone who knows Tom Hardy?
Yep. The logical adult part of me says, he's probably sleeping. Let's just leave him alone.
He lives on the West Coast. It's fucking like 7:56 right there.
Yeah, Corey, what time is it?
It is 7:56.
Okay. Matt, you know what you need to do.
I'm on.
Apologize on my behalf for half shitbagged. Oh, I didn't know Tom Hardy was in Inception. Tom Hardy was in a lot of shit. He's got a couple movies coming out. The new Mad Max, he's in that one. Mad Max.
Yeah, he's in that.
No, the sequel to the new Mad Max.
I sent to Chris, do you happen to know anyone that may know Tom Hardy? Not a real question other than a guess if you do or not.
Fair enough.
That's not offensive.
Shit. No, not at all. If you know him well enough.
I know Chris well enough to ask that question.
Yeah, then that's really all that matters.
I'm trying to think if I know anyone on my phone that I wouldn't have sent a dick question to.
I thought you were going to say a dick.
No, I don't. Yeah, so end of Reanimator, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, shit.
I don't understand the telepathy. Oh, nice.
You like that? I had to go in for the not
You
overflow.
leaned into my screen.
I did not let my beer overflow.
I don't know if anyone saw that. I don't know if the telepathy thing doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, but put yourself in 1985 shoes. Is that
Look, that's an exciting fucking ending scene. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why the big heavyset fucking reanimated broad is just fucking pulling things off the counter, smashing vials on the floor, while everyone else seems to have a point to what they're doing. I don't understand why it's also like, do you just re-kill him because the heart beating again? Because if a head works without a heart, I don't understand. The logic in how you kill him gets kind of fucking complicated. You just punch a fucking bone saw through him, which wouldn't fucking work.
Well, okay, there's 2 different ways that people die. There's the bone saw through the chest.
It wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't, because the other one is where they
proven by fucking talking head.
Yep.
Fucking David Fearon fucking jabbering away over there on the counter.
They disconnect the head from the body, which also doesn't work because fucking
Chris Bell does not know anyone.
Oh, God damn it. Well, what did we text him for then? I guess. I'm sorry.
That was it, to see if I knew a 6 degrees of separation to get to Tom Hardy.
God damn it. I hope he doesn't listen to this. It's me like, that fucking guy Vincent was talking to is kind of an asshole.
I have to retell him.
Well, tell him I'm sorry for bothering him on his Friday night.
I'll blame it all on me.
Oh, well, Chris Bell, if I ever meet you.
He's a good dude.
He seems like a super nice guy. I've watched Bigger, Stronger, Faster multiple times, waiting ever so impatiently for Prescription Thugs also.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. Trophy Kids was really good.
I haven't seen Trophy Kids. Apparently Peter Berg is in it, and Peter Berg's in everything. from what I'm looking at right now.
I don't know who Peter Berg is.
Well, fuck me then, apparently. He's in Trophy
That's
Kids.
all right.
He's the executive producer on Trophy Kids. What? Where the fuck have you been?
Well, the guy's got a bunch of money. That's what a producer has. All right, so let's wrap up fucking Reanimator here before we can start talking about something else more important.
Reanimator was a tits-ass movie. 4 out of 5 dead hookers.
I give it a 3. I give it a 3 out of 5 just because like the last 30 minutes are what fucking ramped up.
It really did. It really did. I'll go
Not
for
the last 30 minutes. I'm just like, what the fuck's going on here? This fucking creepy guy West is doing nothing, but he's a creep and he makes terrible decisions.
So, in my opinion, the movie started off pretty good, stayed mediocre at best, got kind of weird, and then it ramped up. As you talk about, the last half an hour got really fucking insane.
But only the insanity ramped up. It's not like the fucking plot and like some big god M. Night Shyamalan. Fucking Bruce Willis hasn't been dead the whole time.
No, there was no M. Night Shyamalan.
There's no mind-blowing. It's a 3.
Yes.
3.5.
I'm still going with a 4 because it was, for the time, for me, it was a lot more than I could have expected for that time. I'm trying to think of when the movie Dead Alive came out. Have you seen
Dead Alive's fucking wacky as shit, of course. Yeah, I've seen Dead Alive.
Corey, have you seen Dead Alive?
I know I've seen scenes from Dead Alive so much.
Okay.
I don't know that I've ever sat through the whole movie, though.
So, Dead Alive came out.
Goddamn horror podcast, Corey.
This whole podcast is an education for me.
We are 100% the least informed horror movie podcast known
That's
to
great.
We drink beer and just fucking talk. But Dead Alive,
I'm a perfect fit. But I do like horror films.
that's why we like having you on here.
As long as you don't have anything modern, because I basically spaced out.
Well, when you come on, we watch what you tell us to. So.
All right, Twilight's next.
Twilight is next. I've already started to set up.
Have you started watching?
I have them all, and I'm
Oh man.
my wife and I have started to like invite friends over to watch it with us.
You have to.
So
Just keep getting loaded and taking notes.
I got a gummy.
But all your notes should just be questions.
I got a gummy bear maker for my wife for Christmas, so I'm gonna make Captain and Diet Coke gummy bears to eat while we watch Twilight.
What is
Do you want me to mail you some Captain and Coke gummy bears?
Oh no, it reminded me of my 20s. I drank so much Captain and Coke.
Yeah, my wife still likes Captain or Dr. Vanilla.
Me and fucking Captain or Admiral Nelson fucking set sail a bunch of nights.
We had a fish named Admiral Nelson for a while.
You should. He's a cheaper plastic bottle version.
Fuck yeah, he is. Speaking of booze, we discussed we're going to talk about the movie Rougarou in the near future.
That's going to be a really shit film.
Oh, it's going to be fucking terrible, but what I'm more concerned about is the fact that they have beer for this that you can
They
purchase.
do. I need to mail you guys beer.
I was going to say, are you going to mail me the beer?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I need to be an adult. I need to mail you guys beer. No, you won't be able to get it.
Well,
I don't think Tin Roof puts it out all the time. So I have to check on that.
okay,
I don't know why I'm doing that again with my hands.
whatever.
Um,
We're all adults here. I can't spell words right now.
I'd like to move on to a more important topic.
Attaboy.
The Hateful Eight.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no one has yet. It comes out at Christmas, unless you're some kind of goddamn person who gets a pre-pass, but you live in Wisconsin, so I know they're not doing pre-screenings there.
They're not doing pre-screenings here, but I am about 7 beers deep.
So you feel like you maybe have seen it?
I'm not entirely sure.
Transcendentally?
I'm not 100% sure of what's happening right now. The last time I checked, it was
looks
Friday.
so good.
It might not be Friday. I did see, and I don't know if you are paying attention to your phone right now, but someone on the Instagram asked which one of us was going to fall asleep first.
On the podcast, I could fucking stay up and do this forever. As soon as I leave this room into the dark rest of my house,
Dunzo, banana
I'm
pants.
definitely on the clock.
Yeah, I'm out. But yeah, the Hateful Eight looks really good. Now, the Ridiculous Six came out at the same time.
I don't know what the Ridiculous Six is.
It's Adam
Adam
Sandler,
Sandler's
Terry
Western.
Crews, Netflix only. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
I don't. I feel like you have to kind of watch it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, I have a grain of salt for it, and it means I don't have to watch it.
I don't know
And
why you.
that grain of salt is this. The grain of salt is this. I believe Adam Sandler is a fantastic human being.
I love
I
those.
believe Adam Sandler owns a production company, Happy Madison,
Yes.
and I believe that he hires his friends and they make movies.
But isn't that what's great about everything? You hire your
Sure,
friend.
but that doesn't mean they made a good movie.
I
I'm
don't.
one. Look, Jack and Jill looks like a goddamn parody
Haven't even watched it.
of an Adam Sandler film. Right, you
I
haven't watched it, right? Because it looks like shit.
I
It
watched
still
it
made
on cable one night.
$13 million. Yeah, it made $13 million.
Fuck you! It made $13 million.
It did. Look it up.
I am. I am
Right.
right.
I bet I'm in the ballpark. So Adam Sandler fucking hires his friend. What did it make?
How much do you think the budget was?
Fucking 6.
79. How much do you think it made?
79 million?
Mhm.
The budget was $79 million?
Take a stab at how much it made.
Like profit?
We can go that route. We'll go total number. The total box office was more than the budget. We'll start at that.
100.
150.
Right. All right. So let's go with that, right? So 79 million. The profit on that film was how much now?
Fucking 20,
60?
50, $71 million.
71. That shit show
Mhm.
that I don't know a single human who saw it made 71 million. So that's money Adam Sandler can say, hey guys, we're all buddies. You do catering and you do this and you act David Spade and you still make movies and Rob Schneider, you still do something in your life. Why don't you guys all come out? We'll fucking turn out this goddamn turd once a year. And here's a $70 million profit. We can all just now hang out and all of our families are paid and then we just make another movie next year. I have to believe that that's what's happening. And if that's the case and that's a conversation that ever takes place, I'm 100% for it. And if they believe that they're honestly making the funniest movie of the year, I hate you.
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth. Now, I would like to believe that Adam Sandler is not a giant asshole because
Right?
I love Billy Madison. I love Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I'm with you. Try to watch those tomorrow.
I have band practice. I can't.
Try to watch those one day soon and not fucking stab your eyes out.
Oh no! I will not argue that fact one little bit. I still watch those movies on occasion and just shit my pants laughing. Great fucking movies. But I feel like Adam Sandler created Jack and Jill really thinking that it was going to be funny. But
No.
you don't think he thought it was funny? You thought he was just putting out a steaming turd knowing
Do
that
I
it would create money?
do I think he believed it was funny to what percentage?
Man, I would like to believe that he at least thought it was.
Do I think that he thought he could turn $150 million box office?
He
Yeah.
likely thought he could turn more.
Do I think that Adam Sandler goes into his films with the same intentions that the Coens brothers or Tarantino does, to think that they're making the fucking best film ever made? No.
No, I cannot believe
Do
that.
I think that Adam Sandler says, I've got enough swing with my name on it in this cast to fucking shoot above par? And that answer is yes.
It's really hard to argue that point. I looked up the
I'm
number.
not mad at him for that.
Not at all. If you
I
could,
think Adam Sandler's a great guy.
if you could bat 30% and make $70 million when doing so, would you not?
No, I believe there's fucking 30 people on the planet who have a really fucking sweet living. because they're friends with Adam Sandler, and once a year they have to work for 3 months.
I want to be that guy.
Yeah, I'm not mad at anyone that going on. That's a sweet fucking gig. If I could pull that off, so that fucking 30 of my buddies had 6-figure salaries and we just fucking hang out for 3 months a year to turn out some steamer.
That's a That's a
Yeah,
really
dude, I'm totally into that process. I'll sell out for that. 100%.
I would sell it for less than that.
I make fucking $3 million a year, and then split the other fucking $67 million fucking dollars amongst the fucking producers and anyone else who invested money. We're
Yep.
all chill. Yeah, dude, I'll fucking sell out.
Oh,
No big deal.
I would sell in a heartbeat. I looked up the budget and box office numbers for Happy Gilmore. You want to take a stab at those?
No, I made a fucking killing.
No, not even.
I made Nickelback money.
Less than Jake and Jill, or Jack and Jill, or whatever.
Yeah, inflation, though, man.
I'll give you that. In
Donald
90,
Trump.
the budget was $12 million and it made $41 million.
Which is still
Sure,
it's
fucking
more
Donald
than
Trump's
double,
not selling Wi-Fi fucking to the kids back then. You're not fucking torning all your socks.
I wanted Drunk Uncle, and I've got Drunk Uncle. That was my goal in today.
The other thing is to look at the movie, and I think there's a really good article about this that I read online somewhere. Look at the movie for Jack and Jill, and try to figure out where the budget actually went. Because
to
there's
his friends.
there's
Cover
nothing in that
salaries.
film that warrants that kind of budget at all. But somehow they got it all on paper.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're a fucking man right there.
That's what a man would do. Then he would drink
So-
beer in his office by himself and then slowly wander to bed.
I'm gonna do the same thing, minus the knife. Really, just minus the knife. You'll have to let me know how you like that black scotch.
Yeah, I'll be all right at this point.
Well,
It's what I chose to go last, if that's what you're curious about.
see, I really liked it, but
I'm sure it'll be fun at this point. I got a question today that was like dark beer versus light beer. I'm like, I don't know, man.
whatever I'm in the fucking mood
I've had
for.
both that are fucking delicious. I
Yeah.
prefer beer that fucking tastes good. That's what I prefer.
The same. I
like
did.
bourbon.
I got a message regarding going back to your 6 degrees of separation to Tom Hardy,
Yeah.
Chris Bell to Peter Berg to Mark Wahlberg to Leo DiCaprio to Inception era to Tom Hardy.
You don't even have to go to Inception. Just say Revenant. Does that actually work?
Yep. I'm not gonna check it out because fuck that.
Fair. How does Peter Berg get to Mark Wahlberg? That's the only real question.
Damn it.
To the yearly Berg reunion.
They probably sang Christmas.
Are they both Bergs in that fashion?
Yeah, Berg and
Like
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg
Wahlberg
and-
is just the
Oh,
antisocial
yes.
Berg.
Oh, I really, really like that. Well, no, what you fucked up is Wahlberg is the more wallflower version.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Stop that, you two.
Damn it.
Fucking Lone
damn it.
Survivor is
Well
apparently
done, Corey. Well done.
Lone Survivor is
That
apparently
right there.
the missing link.
Peter Berg was also involved in Lone Survivor and...
As was Marky Mark.
God damn it, you're frozen.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg was in Lone Survivor. Let's see, full cast. I am way too drunk to be doing this right now. Oh. Yeah, Peter Berg was a uncredited soldier in Lone Survivor, and Marky Mark played the lead character. Boom. You know Tom Hardy. Did Matt freeze on us?
I think he did. I think he was saying that you were frozen, and then he just kind of locked up.
Froze? Oh, shit.
Either that or time has stopped. You've drunk so much that you've lost all sense of any kind of connection to reality.
Right. I just paused the audio recording when you finished that sentence. Holy shit, am I drunk right now? Oh, this is still entertaining for at least you and my one friend watching, right?
It is for me. It
Okay.
absolutely is for me.
That's Peter Berg directed Lone Survivor. Okay. I don't care enough to put that in the audio. Sorry, Swolf. Alright, I guess I'll just text Matt.
I wonder if we scared Gregor off. He was watching.
He was sending me some messages. GMcast. Oh, not .com. That's Slack. Oh, Maddie was frozen as fuck, and he just sends me back a bunch of ha-ha-has. Holy shit. This is going to go on record as being the longest podcast of terror ever.
It is. This is our January.
Including piss breaks.
This is all we have to do is just put this one podcast for all of January. Hey, listener, why don't you just listen to a half hour of this a week and see what happens?
You want me to break it into 2 parts?
Oh, I don't care. Because it's 2 parts of Reanimator that gets maybe 10 minutes of total discussion.
But it's so fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, I mean, you could be like, dude, that episode sucked, and I would probably just tell you to go fuck off.
No, I love this shit.
Put it on anyways, but oh my god, my ass is starting to hurt. I just got a WTF from Matt.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
Yay!
Fucking back.
What happened?
I don't fucking know. You broke it.
I think I fell into one of them quasms. I just informed Chris Bell that there is a separation.
Matt, are you recording again?
Now I am.
Right on.
Say that again, Matt.
I just informed Chris Bell that there is a link from myself through him to Peter Berg, to Mark Wahlberg, to Leo DiCaprio, to Tom Hardy.
If it makes you feel any better, I was just informed by my wife that my drunk volume is out of control.
Tell her to mind her own goddamn business.
I tried it.
Making magic.
I just told her. I sent her S with a lot of H's. Shh.
You think fucking Hillary Houdini came in to goddamn complain?
Hey, fun fact: Houdini is from Appleton, which is the city I ship you beer from.
Yeah, he got punched in the gut and died.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the rap Houdini.
No.
I figured that's where you thought we were going, Corey.
Freaks come out at night.
You seem like a guy up on your Houdini raps.
I was a little white kid in Detroit growing up. I've listened to my share.
Oh,
I feel like you
Shyamalan's back on the scene. You got that going.
Yeah.
should be way more into ICP than Houdini.
Could we do a live podcast, maybe from The Gathering?
Do you want to? Can I tell you a secret? Can I tell you a secret?
Gathering interests me infinitely and terrifies me the same.
Okay, can I tell you? I'm gonna. It might be the 7-8 beers talking, but
Oh, have you been?
no, I want to. But I used to love ICP. When I was 16, I got my first underage drinking wearing a Riddlebox hockey jersey.
Oh, no.
I think I remember.
I'm trying to think. I'm immediately trying to think of the saddest thing I've ever done to see if I can give you any credit.
No, man, that's up there. Like that was probably the worst moment of my life.
I was definitely like a fucking 14-year-old white kid that went and bought like Ice Cube's Predator.
I I almost hesitate to say this, but one of the best concerts I've ever been to was ICP.
No, it wasn't.
Um,
No,
sta-
it wasn't.
stage theatrics, yes.
No, 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 it wasn't. You didn't go to a play. You watch people perform music. And because they had goddamn shitty dreads and basketball jerseys on, didn't make it more exciting.
They kicked soda bottles. It was so
Yeah, Faygo's not a soda.
cool. It's not that bad. The gas stations here have it for 99 cents.
Yeah, I know. Fucking Moon Mist is not.
No, Moon Mist is bullshit. Moon Mist is absolute bullshit. You win on that one. But Red Pop, Rock and Rye, both very good.
Why wouldn't you just drink the ones that are next to it by the fucking brands that are normal?
Because we can't all afford name brand soda, Matt.
There is no
Dr. Pepper versus
alternative
fucking
to
Faygo.
Rock
How
and
much?
Rye.
I figured they're the same.
What Dr. Pepper what Faygo would you attribute Dr. Pepper to?
I don't know. Dr. fucking Faygo. I don't know which one they made up.
Faygo.
Dr. Johnny, the guy that fucking isn't a great decision maker in fucking Reanimator. Well, that's literally what that guy's character does. I just realized that.
Dr. Faygo is real.
Goddamn right, Dr. Faygo is real.
Real thing?
In gas stations here, Dr. Faygo is not available.
Oh no, that's their Dr. Pepper version.
Yeah, that's holy shit. I can buy it on Amazon.
I made that up. I want you to know that I just shot for the fucking star.
It sounded completely made up. Not at all made up.
So in Reanimator, does Dr. John's character serves no purpose?
Not really.
He
literally is just he's just the connection between fucking crazy fucking what's his dick?
Yep. What's his dick and what's her tits?
Yeah. Well, and then the rest of these assholes and the dead people.
The only thing he does, Dr. Johnny reanimates his girlfriend at the end of the movie. That's the only thing he does.
Yeah, he's the fucking poor decision maker of the entire film.
But he's the poor decision maker that results in there being a sequel.
There didn't need to be a sequel.
I didn't say there needed to be a sequel, but he was the reason that there was a sequel.
2 sequels.
Yeah, this isn't goddamn Evil Dead. There didn't need to be a sequel.
By the way, there was a comic book crossover between Reanimator and the Evil Dead. Well, Ash and the Evil Dead.
Are you saying that there needed to be an Evil Dead sequel?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Of course there needed to be. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. A, Bruce Campbell needed a fucking vehicle to show off that talent.
I agree.
And then, like, they continued to go further parody. Or went funnier every fucking rendition of it.
Well, will I jeopardize our friendship if I've told you I've never watched Evil Dead 2? I went straight 1 to 3.
Good. Well, Evil Dead 2 is where they fucking lopped the hand off and added the chainsaw.
Right.
And don't say fucking 3 like fucking you just threw an Army of Darkness in there.
Whoa.
It's Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. You didn't just fucking Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness.
Let's comment.
Most people's goddamn entry into the whole game is Army of Darkness. And then they backtrack through.
Touche, but...
Because it's a standalone if you need it to be.
Ash versus the Army of Darkness is still Evil Dead 3. As much as you don't want it to be, it still is. I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying I'm
They
right.
time traveled. They ramped up
Back to the Future.
That's true. Back to the Future has a lot of fucking crazy plot holes.
Yes.
Like somehow Biff gets to still be a family friend for a bunch of years, even though he tried to rape Marty's mom and punched her in a car. Like that's just something we dealt with in the 50s.
I can't even defend that.
That happened. That is in the film.
You win.
Back to the Future is exciting.
Back to the Future is a good book. Not even a book.
It's not a book. That's also true.
Fuck. I should have brought less
You
beer.
watch Old Boy yet?
No, I haven't watched fucking Old Boy yet.
I know you don't have fucking 90 minutes to give up.
I didn't say that. I just forgot that you told me to watch it. I'm going to
You
download
should.
it right now.
It's great. I bet it's just on YouTube. You don't even have to download it.
I was told that Army
Corey,
of Darkness is to Evil Dead as
Not seen Old Boy.
Desperado is to El
Huh?
Mariachi.
Wait, bring that back again.
Army of Darkness is to Evil Dead as Desperado is to El Mariachi.
Fair.
Yeah, fair.
Fuck, I don't even know.
Yeah, Army of Darkness is the better of the three.
I will not argue that for one bit that Army of Darkness is not the best of those three.
Well,
Even
now
not
Evil
the
Dead 2 is the weak one.
I don't know that Army of Darkness equates Desperado. It may equate the one with Johnny Depp,
Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
Once Upon a Time in Mexico. That seems more like
I
it,
don't
because
find
that
one
goes
has a
way
whole
off
lot
in a
of
different
connection to
direction.
the other two. I have a real trouble attaching that one to the El Mariachi. At
Right.
all. I
And that's what
realize
I
it
think-
isn't. It's in the same universe, right? But that's about it. The same as like, I mean, for all theoretical purposes, Inglourious Bastards is in the same universe as Pulp Fiction, but we can't call those fucking prequels and sequels.
How though? What is
All of
your,
Tarantino's films are in the same universe.
Well, no, there's two universes. There's the real world universe, and then there's the films that take place in that universe. Like there's the scene in Pulp Fiction where Uma Thurman is talking about her character that she played on a TV show and stuff, and people commonly
Which is
think
still-
that the movies and stuff and the shows that they watch in Tarantino's films are represented by other films, the super over the top shit, things like
Kill Bill. Well, I mean, she basically describes Kill Bill as what she says the Fox Force 5
Right.
is the five chicks, the sexy girls, and her is a blade is an edge weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, and things
Sure,
like what they
But they
did
all
with-
still use the Red Apple cigarettes. These
Mhm.
are all brands that Tarantino has invented himself.
yeah, kind of like
So
Kevin
that
Smith
universe
uses
exists
nails
on its
and
own. Sure.
right.
I believe Inglourious Bastards is in the same universe. Fuck it, Bastards is great.
it's a great movie, hands down. It's
The
phenomenal.
scene in the fucking basement, which I mean, talking about like underrated fucking scenes from like Michael Fassbender. That guy's awesome. But like that little scene in the basement with the 3-3 versus the cards on the head and the German officer, like that whole scene is so good. Not to mention the whole scene in the beginning of that film where he's in the cabin talking to the French farmer.
Right, about
There's
the
so much
people hiding
intensity
to
in
the
that
floor.
scene. Right. Yeah, there's so much intensity in that scene between Max and the Jew hunter, Christoph Waltz. Christoph Waltz could be, he's got to be in my top 5. Like if he's in a film, I'll go see it. For whatever reason, that dude just commands presence when he's on screen. Like Daniel Day-Lewis level. He's fucking got something that other people just don't have, and you can't earn it.
That's it's really hard to get, but I agree with what you're saying, and I am having a hard time putting into words because of beer. But
You got to keep up, bud.
fuck you, man. I think I'm one ahead of you.
Well, deal with it. I'm still goddamn making rational points.
I'm still making rational points too. It just
All
takes
you've said for the last 30 minutes is beer.
35 seconds longer to make them. The ability to command presence on screen or to be the front. There's nothing, you can't train for that. That's just something.
Right.
get, and that
What you've got.
that's something that not a lot of people have, which is amazing, and I like that in people, but it's not something you see a whole lot of anymore.
Yeah, that level of fucking actor is just something different. I mean, I don't know. There's some level of talent in a like Daniel Day-Lewis or Christoph Waltz or even some of the stuff Tom Hardy does, in my opinion. Like, I mean, fucking the first 10 minutes of There Will Be Blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no voice or there's no dialogue in the first 10 minutes of that film, where Daniel Plainview falls into this well, breaks his leg, gets covered in oil, gets this piece of gold, and drags himself out on a broken leg, on his back, to get this fucking like $14 at the time for this piece of gold he sells, like while laying on his back with a broken leg the entire time. This sets you up for 100% of what this character's motivation is for the entire film. And he hasn't said anything. That he'll stop at nothing to succeed.
But that's the accurate portrayal of how that character need to be portrayed.
Of course. Of course. I mean, Bill the Butcher's not the same character.
No.
Neither is the guy from Last Mohicans. Natty Bumpo, if you will.
The guy from My Left Foot could be the same character, from what it sounds like.
Also true.
Yeah. Kind of derailed me there, but yeah.
Sorry, that went on for a little long.
No, not at all. I forgot the point I was gonna make.
You don't have a fucking notebook in front of you.
I have a sheet of paper with rabbit names. I got that going for me.
Like with actual rabbits?
I suggest you write down head rape before you forget it.
Pop Rocks, Nerds, and Sugar Babies. Baron Von Fuzzy Pants. And Buzz Lightyear.
I take notes the entire time I'm doing one of these so that I can keep
Really?
it.
God damn.
No.
Okay, good.
I was just sheet of paper next to me.
I grabbed a sheet of paper next to me too, and it has the bunny named Fuzz Lightyear.
Fuzz Lightyear. It's
Yep.
really good, by the way.
That's my wife at her finest. She also came up with a bunch of other Donald Thump.
Oh God,
Peter Cockentail.
Butter. Oh, I'm gonna write that one down for her.
Yeah,
Cock and tail.
not bad.
I like it. Cock. Yeah. Are we about due for another piss break?
I think we're probably due to wrap her up. I don't think
Yeah.
we're accomplishing a whole lot at this point.
Damn it.
Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight's going to be fantastic.
I'm looking forward
It's
to
a 3-hour film.
it. A lot of Tarantino's movies are 3 hours, though.
Yeah, they goddamn should be.
Yeah.
He has something to say.
Yeah.
They're not fucking... Look, as much as I believe Guardians of the Galaxy is fantastic, right? That thing is... I really, really enjoyed it. I watched it on a couple flights, which makes it better than being on an airplane. And I've seen it a bunch since. However, that thing is nonstop from fucking moment one. And I can't hate on it from being a shitty movie in any way, shape, or form. But, I mean, it's not fucking revolutionary. I'm not going to show my kids Guardian of the Galaxy.
No, it's an Americana kind of film. I mean, it's so totally just about.
But they fucking nailed it.
That's why I'm surprised that it does so well in other countries, because
and they fucking nailed it, and it's great. It is wildly entertaining that I'll never think twice about once I finish watching it. Whereas, other films like Tarantino or any of those other fucking great directors, I want to see again because I know I missed stuff.
Right.
Small details. Tarantino is a director that I feel cares about Like everything on set. Like every picture, every fucking shred of clothing, all of it's there for a reason, and we should think about it at least. Like Wes Anderson. Like none of that shit happened on accident. Like fucking nothing Steve Zissou did was a fucking just because.
And I think that's the difference between a Tarantino movie and a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Guardians of the Galaxy is meant to...
Hey, dog.
Yeah, but Guardians of the Galaxy is meant to be entertaining.
Sure.
A Tarantino movie is meant to be thought-provoking.
Well, there's a difference between someone who... Like, there's a lot of different levels of directors. You've got people who Michael Bay it and produce entertaining shit. And then you have artists, and Tarantino's an artist.
But Tarantino
He's a
will
complete
also
fucking
let
lunatic.
himself be entertaining too.
Of course, but Tarantino is fucking Van Gogh.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's producing amazing things, but he's a fucking crazy person. That guy is driven by fucking cocaine and ladies' feet.
Preferably a combination of the two.
You always take it there.
Yeah. Why, he did that. Not mad at Quentin. Whatever his fucking muse is not my business.
Wow. You instantly derail me with some of the shit that you say.
Can't keep up, bud.
No, I can't. Apparently I cannot. And that's something I'll gotta work on till June or March, whenever the hell we're together.
Novaks. Possibly Novaks in fucking London.
Columbus?
Goddamn Columbus, Ohio. Fucking call in. Talk to us.
I will. I'll find a way to record that night.
Why?
Somehow.
Why bother?
Well, you'll have your camera, won't you?
If I'm there on my own accord, maybe. But if I'm there on my own accord and I just end up at Novaks, it was a bad move. I've wasted a weekend.
You'll fucking be there. If for some reason
Otherwise, I'll just stand at fucking Mark's booth.
If for some reason you're not at the Arnold, I'll be really sad.
Chrissy's got a booth too.
Chris has a booth too this year?
Chrissy.
Oh, Chrissy. Sorry. It's the fucking internet getting in the way of our conversation.
Yeah, I could donuts and deadlifts that thing too.
I think we stopped at the donuts and deadlifts one last year too. Just fucking...
Whatever.
Who did? Someone similar did.
Sure.
No.
Another brand with an and in it.
There's a lot of them. It was
I'm aware.
it was coffee, something coffee.
Caffeine and kilos.
Caffeine and kilos, yeah. It's his chocolate bar.
Those are good guys.
I ate some of his chocolate bar and walked away. That was it.
Charlie and fucking Dean, they're all good guys.
Well, I walked up, ate his chocolate bar, and walked away. That was the extent.
That sounds like a euphemism.
I ate some of his roofies and walked away.
I think you got some of the best stuff they had to offer.
It was a good time. I did not walk away upset. But yeah, well, whatever.
It's got a fucking chocolate bar with caffeine in it. It's a home run.
Yes. Yeah. I did not shit my pants directly following, so with that being said...
Overall, I give the beer a fucking
5 out of 5.
6 out of 5.
6? Oh, all right. All right. I was going 5, 6 out of 5.
Fucking
Good.
home run.
I've moved on to the global warmer, which I know...
I'm done with that one.
Did you like it?
Yep.
Yeah. The
100% of the beers you sent me are now dead.
I would take that as a.
What's the back of this cocksucker say?
Oh, you drank one tonight. Cool. 6 Point is from New York, too, by the way. Formulated by mad scientists out of Brooklyn, New York.
I do like Brooklyn brewing.
I like Brooklyn too. It's really hard to come by here. 100% of the beer I have gotten you so far has come from someone out of state who shipped it to me, and I in turn ship it to you.
Look, if you wanted me to send you beer, it'd be tough to decide to send Louisiana beer to you.
Yeah, I will never say no. I'm a pretty big beer fan.
Yeah, I would just try to send you like 6 Double Bastards, which is like basically my favorite beer ever.
Stone?
Yeah.
I have
That's probably my all-time favorite brewery.
same here. I have barrel-aged
One of
air.
my powerlifting buddies works for them.
Oh, really? I can go to Minnesota and get Stone, so I stopped trying to trade for it because I end up in Minneapolis quite a bit.
Do you know Adam Rodriguez on Instagram, Hulk Smash?
No, not at all. I don't know. I don't know anybody involved with lifting.
He's crazy strong, lives in LA, and trains at Barbara Brigade. And he works for Stone.
Well, hook me up, I guess, is the next sentence.
He's a good dude.
Right on. Yeah, I like Stone a lot.
Corey, do you not drink at all? Is that the deal?
I have not consumed alcohol in almost 18 years.
Are you a sober dude? Like,
Yeah.
Right on, like in recovery or any of that?
No, just one of those things. I
Just decided like it didn't work out for you, no booze?
I hit my grandmother passed away, and it was something that in dealing with the grief of one of the people who basically raised me, it was kind of a decision I made for other reasons at the same time.
Right on, man. I super respect that.
I think you were peeing when we had that conversation, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that before.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a goddamn booze hound in front of you.
No, you guys, I don't judge people for the things that they enjoy. I have no problem with people having their vices. I have my vices anyways. Most of my vices revolve around either eating,
masturbation,
or just being a dick, being an asshole is
definitely David Carradine level shit, right?
Yeah. So, but I love people who get to enjoy the things they like to enjoy. And as long as it doesn't destroy them at the same time, I'm good with it.
You know, that's one of those weird fucking spots, man, is the number of years I was in bars and shit like that. Like, I don't have a lot of... I basically have no fucking addictive traits. And so I got no issue with drinking fucking 6 or 8 beers tonight and then not drinking for the next 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm the same way. Like, I probably will.
When I fucking, when I partied, it wasn't a big deal for me to do a fucking couple bumps of Coke and then fucking not be worried about it the next 3 weeks. I never, just because someone had Coke, I didn't fucking need it.
Yeah.
It was always just something that was there. And so, I had plenty of friends that just couldn't keep their shit together. But for whatever reason, just whatever addictive genes that are there, I just don't have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. If you're someone who, not that you are, Corey, but if you're someone who can't keep their shit together, I think you should figure out how to do so.
Grow the fuck up, Corey.
Yes, it's your fault, Corey.
I'll try to get there someday, guys.
I gotta pee so bad. I'm about to
What I
start.
really, really wish, Corey, I wish during this that you just ran as fact checker. Like, basically, as like comic book guy from The Simpsons, and occasionally interjected, and you were like, "Sorry, guys, you're wrong. I looked it up, and Tarantino's universe doesn't involve red cigarettes, red apple cigarettes. It's something different."
Yeah, that's not something that I can really do because I would fuck that up terribly. I think on this show I often come across as a guy who's like got a little bit more knowledge on things because I sit and I study the stuff as I'm watching it and I get all involved and
of course, but
honestly,
that's key to like a good show. You got to have both sides, man.
Yeah, I wanna bring something to it in that regard, but I just love the riffing and I love watching the movies and getting to explore the stuff. I've always liked horror movies, but I was kind of into specific horror movies. My wife will watch any goddamn horror movie that exists 1,000 times in some cases, and so I did this to make her proud of me.
So, what's really weird is I guess I've gotten out of the horror genre in the last probably 5 years, I bet. 3? Like any of the paranormal activities or the
Insidious.
Insidious. Those trailers look fucking creepy.
Yeah, and Sinister was really creepy.
Yeah, but I didn't watch any because I felt like they were going to stress me out, which it's a fair point. So I kind of avoided those, but I I feel like I got from the trailer of those why they were going to stress me out.
Mm-hmm.
I knew they were going to involve kids and fucking weird shit. And so I avoided it because, well, I know that's what they're going to use.
Insidious wasn't so bad. Insidious was
No?
actually reasonable. It didn't do horrible things to kids. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Sinister
but
is
the
one I
kids
would
are bad
avoid.
guys.
Yeah,
Sinister.
Sinister was tough.
But they're
So,
both kind of the same route, right? Which one of those had a bad guy with a weird shaped face?
uh, yeah, Sinister I think was more of that. Insidious was
Which one had
more of a
Ethan Hawke?
Insidious was more of a ghost story / poltergeist story.
Okay.
And the movies went on a couple times. It really was very akin to Poltergeist. In fact, when we watched the Poltergeist remake recently, all I was thinking was like, this doesn't remind me of Poltergeist. It reminds me of Insidious.
Yes, you're right. One of my favorite horror movies of all time is The Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about Blair Witch, and I think we actually, well, I brought it up because of the sequel. We were comparing it to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Sequel I didn't bother with.
It's a very different movie.
Well-
It's like they watched the first movie and became fans of it, and then all this shit happens in the sequel.
No, but the first movie fucking got lightning.
Yeah, and I think that's why they had to do it the way they
fucked
did.
up. Yeah, at least they tried to make a second like real film, right?
Yeah.
That it wasn't a found footage type of deal. Because there was a handful of like found footage films that came out afterwards. There was one that had like the Jersey Devil. I can't remember the name of, but it wasn't very good. But the first like Blair Witch, man, it had something different. And like I was in the right spot. I think we talked about this last time. But I mean, man, I was full fucking in. Like I found the website and I had watched all the small videos and read all the fucking stuff, and I was in. Like I had read the lore and like you didn't know what was real or not real. And then we found tickets to go see it at this theater in Houston. My brother and I at that time, and everyone who went cared.
Right.
Like that was part of it. And so like when we left, like we were fucking creeped out. And there's some powerful fucking shots in that. Like with the explaining the whole lore of it and the turning the kids away in the corner in the fucking basement while she does whatever to the other kid, and then when they fucking finally get in the basement and Mike's facing away and he gets clubbed. Fuck you. It's good.
Yeah,
That's
I told that to my wife a couple
moment.
times when she's walked into a room and I'm standing in the corner.
Fucking awesome.
The difference though between that then and this and now is the internet.
Well, sure, but it did it. It did it the first time.
Right.
But
And that's what's really fucking great.
and I'm not trying to like diminish the fact that The Blair Witch is a great movie, but it came out in 1999, which is where the internet was kind of huge. I mean, even Paranormal Activity, which was another found footage film. I don't know.
Even fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacres have used fucking found footage since then.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the ability for the internet to kind of open the amount of information that's readily available, it'll much more quickly diminish the reality behind it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
of course, you can't repeat it, and that's one of the things that's beautiful about it.
which is what made the
in
Blair Witch
'99 with the Blair
awesome.
Witch, there's no trolls.
Yeah.
Right. Now, had Paranormal Activity 1 came out in '99 when the Blair Witch did, probably,
Same thing with Amityville or any of that. Amityville would have been a perfect fucking setup for that. The remake of Amityville with Ryan Reynolds was creepy as shit.
it was a great movie.
It's creepy as fuck.
One of the few remakes of a classic.
However, I just don't understand why don't fucking move out immediately. Just leave.
Right.
Because you're dumb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did we ever bother talking about American Horror Story?
No, I enjoy it though.
Let me give you my synopsis.
Please do. That's why I was very
This
true
is
to
a
the words I said.
this is a very unfair synopsis. Synopsis.
Who needs to keep
Got
up?
those letters out. We got mushmouth going, so we'll just deal with that. The fucking connection between the old brain and the old fucking mouth hole here aren't great.
Getting a little fuzzy.
So, just fucking translate for yourselves. There's a girl who partied with our group of friends in Lafayette, which is about an hour and a half from Baton Rouge. I didn't care for her. And one of the first things I remember her saying is, I liked American Horror Story. From that point on, I hated it. It's that simple. But if it's something that she liked, I assumed it was terrible, and so I never bothered watching it.
Wow.
Yep, that's it. That's the whole story.
I like the show.
I can very easily be swayed by something like that.
What if, Corey, do you like that show?
I've only watched it sparingly, and again, because Aaron watches it. But we discussed Scream Queens, which Ryan Murphy did, and how that is not a lot like American Horror Story, but
kinda.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Murphy doing that, doing Glee, doing Nip Tuck, he's got a kind of feel for the shows that he does. Yeah, his style definitely stands out. And I can understand how things like that aren't for everybody. What I do like about it is that not only do they change the story every season, but there gets to be this interconnectedness between the seasons where you kind of see that there's something that links them together. And I think that that's the kind of thing that I find interesting, even if I'm not watching it.
I do dig that. I dig that the story changes every season, even though I haven't watched it. I'm aware of it. I still run into real trouble when the protagonist puts himself in a real shitty situation.
Yeah.
And then I can't pull for the protagonist.
I will say I remember that the first season, the way that the first season goes through, and there was a pretty powerful episode where there was a school shooting kind of thing in the first season. But then by the end of it, how it all ends, I remember distinctly the ending of it, and it was something that I wasn't expecting from it. It really did change my perception of what the show was at that point. Now, none of the other seasons I had paid attention to nearly as much, but that season I was kind of impressed with how they finished it off.
See, it was again for me, like for part of the first season, which I did try to watch, I just didn't understand why they didn't move out.
Right. Well, that is explained in the last episode. It does come together as to why that's the case.
Okay, so they just couldn't?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't remember the last episode, but I still watch the show. So every series or every episode or season seems to have like a 6 or 7 episode curve before it takes the fucking crazy turn, where it starts to get stupid. You know what I mean? And like the current season's a lot different because it takes the stupid curve a little sooner, but Lady Gaga has a righteous dumper, so I kind of keep watching it because she's wearing next to nothing in a lot of it. So I think I just watch.
Lady Gaga is in the new season?
Lady Gaga's in the new season, and she's not horrible. Let me.
No, look, I'm a big fan of the Gaga.
But
yeah, she's talented.
Gaga's.
Yeah, of course she's a talented chick.
Gaga's got a pretty nice turd cutter, and I don't mind seeing it on TV.
Yeah, she puts herself together well. I'm not mad at her.
Yeah. So I feel like that's the reason I'm not watching it. And the last couple episodes are pretty stupid. We're a few behind, but I don't know. Like, I'm starting to feel like horror as a genre has become heroin. And I'm trying to find
like a drug or female protagonist.
The drug. Like, I'm trying to find the original high I found as a younger me.
Well, of course.
But that's find it.
Yeah, right. That's anything. But the thing is, we're so jaded at this point, right? Because, I mean, sex has been so blown out because, I mean, I can literally look at anything right now that's more graphic than you'll show me in a film.
Yep.
And then I can go to fucking, break.com and look at anything more graphic than you can show me in a horror film. Mm-hmm. I can see both real, which is fucked.
Yeah,
So you can't look at that as like chasing the heroin high or any of that. But what you have to look at it is this now falls on the fucking director.
Man,
And
dude,
this now falls on the
you got
story.
a hard on for directors.
I do, because that's who creates the whole fucking world. Actors are fucking people that show up to read lines on a sheet of paper they were handed. It ain't that fucking great. Directors create a universe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think how to equate it. I mean, a director is essentially an author.
I mean,
No.
there's the writer of the film, but then the writer doesn't get
I
to
would
do
like
the
to say,
interpretation
yeah.
unless they also direct. So the
Correct.
director has to come in and take that story and makes it something else. And you're right, when the actor is there, the actor is thinking about their part and how they act and react to things, but the director is like how everybody interacts with things and how scenes interact with each other and how backgrounds and sound and everything comes together. So yeah, you're playing God essentially.
Well, exactly. That's the word for it. As much as I wouldn't want to give that level of credit, but yeah, you are God in that environment. You're God to that story.
Yeah.
None of this exists without your vision. So 100% of it is your choice. And so it's like a Rush song. Even not making a choice is a choice. Fucking take that, you sons of bitches.
Unless, of course, you have studio interference that fucks with your vision post you doing
Well,
what
then
you're
that's your
doing.
fucking fault for being a shit director.
Well, sometimes it's not that you're a shit director. It's like the new
Well,
Star Trek trailer.
Then have artistic integrity.
Well,
and
the new Star
fucking
Trek
make
trailer just
low-budget
came
things.
out, and both the director and one of the writers, who's an actor in the film, have both said that trailer does not represent the movie as we want it to be represented. But fucking
yikes, your film's gonna suck.
It could. It absolutely could.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I really dig the new Star Wars is fun, and I don't fucking like Star Wars. Not Star Wars, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Star Wars, I'm getting sorted on. It's not my favorite.
Well, I mean, again, it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
I've always been more horror than fucking sci-fi.
Right.
And if it's
Star Wars
horror with
is
some
fantasy.
sci-fi, like if we're gonna go Event Horizon, I'm fucking totally in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like mentally sort out what just happened.
There's a lot of levels to that onion.
Yeah, that's. I think you guys have successfully fucking melted my brain for the day.
But it is back to directors that I mean that is something that you have to fucking take into account, and that guy is the one creating that entire universe, and they're at fault or they're the one to be fucking praised. That's why
you have the most uncomfortable boners for directors.
Well, yeah, because they're the one creating. Fucking actors are just another they're another pencil in the fucking sheath. They're not the whole film. If a vehicle is presented the whole time that the actor is the one that fucking made or broke it, then the director's shit.
Yeah.
But the real fucking gift is when you have both. It's DiCaprio fucking in The Departed. Right? You had both.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that.
Even fucking Titanic. You still have James Cameron. That guy fucking tells the story. It ain't for me. But that guy's clearly fucking talented.
The Departed was, in fact, the movie I ate pot brownies to.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a remake of a Japanese film.
Doesn't matter. It still melted my brain.
It's great.
The Departed is a very good movie, and I agree with your statement of Departed.
Fucking Mark Wahlberg's character in that is fantastic.
Oh, God, I fucking love Marky Mark.
I like the Funky Bunch, and they haven't been fucking utilized enough.
They're more of a Dwayne The Rock Johnson kind of guy. But different
I
childhoods.
do like Dwayne.
He's still trying to button his shirt.
He's gonna button those things. You just wait.
I saw. I hope you saw the picture too, but it's on him.
Yeah.
He's like trying to button his shirt. And it's like someday you'll button that shirt.
So that's what's key about fucking what makes The Rock funny is that he gets it.
Yes. Fucking A,
right. He's in on the joke.
I don't want to buy him a beer.
Bringing it back
So
around.
as he's fucking flying around in his goddamn private jet across the world, he gets the joke.
Yes, and I think the ultimate idea behind getting the joke is just being a human. You know what I mean?
Well, of course. Right.
Don't let success go to your head. Just be a human.
At some point, everyone is faking it until they make it.
Yeah, Corey and I
Right.
talk about horror like we know what the fuck is happening every week on the internet.
Well, of course, right? And so a number of episodes into this, someone thinks you guys are some super educated horror fucking professionals. No different than at some level, well, you're Dwayne Johnson. You've been in enough movies. You're an actor. And he's like, I guess.
There's definitely nobody thinks that we are in any way experts or professionals.
Right.
Yeah, that person.
There's an old quote that I really, really believe.
That is just some flat earth thinking.
It's flat earth.
Yeah.
That's true.
Bringing it back.
Everyone is promoted to a level of their incompetency.
Don't tell my boss.
And that's where they fail. But that's where they fail, right? I mean, how many people you know that kick ass, get fucking promoted, and then get to a level of like a manager or something like that, and can't fucking do that job?
Yep.
And then they stay there forever. At a job they really can't do well. But if you take them down a step, they fucking dominate.
That happened to me. I realized after some time in being a supervisor level in a company that I really just wanted to go back to fixing things and helping people. And
there's nothing wrong with that. Part of the issue is just realizing your strengths.
Yep. And that's what got me into my job today, is that I go into this job and I'm like, I am here to help people. That's not just what I do because it's my job. It's what I do because I love to do it. And it took me a long time to figure out that I didn't have to keep trying to move up a ladder to be successful, and certainly not to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And success is defined a ton of different ways. I mean, I don't need fucking $10 million a year or whatever stress comes with that from the level of things I do.
You gonna start complaining about children now, and how they used to fight for their country?
I don't have any.
How you're gonna dress up as disappointing your father for Halloween, drunk uncle? Come on.
Wow.
It's gonna come out eventually.
My dad cared about me a little bit. I mean, he's dead.
Whoa.
Take that.
Donald Trump's dad gave him $1 million loan, and I guess my dad told him I love him, and he told me to leave me alone. Leave him alone.
If my dad would have gave me $1 billion loan, I could have turned that into $800 million like nothing.
I could have wasted a bunch of that.
Right. Hell, man.
This has been a very fun 3 hours, but do we have anything
it has, right?
to talk about Reanimator?
I say we get back here.
I absolutely look forward to this.
Yeah. I say we come back and we do the sequel. We just have to set aside like 3 days to be able to talk it out.
We got to.
And by sequel, you mean Twilight. We have 9 hours of Twilight to cover.
10. It's 10 hours and 21.
We're not doing the re-sequel of Reanimator.
No. We don't have to do Reanimator. We've already decided we're doing the Twilight series, which is 10 hours and 21 minutes worth.
Let's set this out. We're going to cover Twilight theory.
Yeah. I'm going to pick apart Twilight as much as I can.
All of the Twilight films.
Yes.
We're not going to just cover fucking Breaking Dawn.
Nope.
Or any of those gems. We're just going to fucking dive into the Twilight universe and break apart its theory.
Yep. We're doing all 5 Twilight movies at once, and we also decided that we're going to do Rougarou. Because we had a listener who wants to do a horror movie based on a fucking lore
Swamp monster?
A swamp monster who originated in Louisiana, where Matt.
Yeah, it's like Louisiana's chupacabra.
Yeah, which it sounds pretty fucking cool, and there's a beer.
And there's a beer.
The beer's better than the.
Yeah, I like how everything involving Matt Vincent, it requires a beer.
Oh, wait, not wait.
Except when I seduce him.
Fucking
It's called rape.
something about
that a couple times.
butthole pleasures and Matt.
All right. I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched a lot of the other the podcast you guys do.
That's okay.
That's fine. I haven't listened to him either.
Are you guys normally shit-faced during this?
No, never. I literally.
What the fuck, man? You're missing out.
I only drink when I do an episode with you.
Well, this is your mistake.
Well, okay.
The other podcasts, to be fair, are 30 minutes or less.
Yes.
30 minutes? Who's going to listen to that? It's just a tease. I need like fucking 2 hours. I got a drive to make.
Well, apparently we have at least 35 people who subscribe to this shit show.
Do you break these down? And like this will be like 3 episodes?
No, this will be 1 episode. This will be a Matt Vincent.
Will you edit this?
I will cut the silence out and press the shit out of it.
Oh no. So it's definitely, you have so much work to do.
No, not at all. I will not take anything out of this. Right now we're at 2 hours and 51 minutes and 55 seconds.
God damn it, I could totally, this is 100% fact that if I got drunk enough, I could do a Joe Rogan.
We are Joe Rogan status right now, because even when I pull the silence out of this, you're still looking at 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Look, man, I've been super bummed out even fucking knocking in an hour on a lot of podcasts, and this has been great. It always is.
And we, like Corey said, we generally only do a half an hour, but when you come on, these things push the fucking limit. And
we should just do like one a quarter.
Why? We're gonna do one as often as you can as often as you can be on.
Yeah, as many times as we can get you back.
I'm totally for that, as long as you guys aren't worried about it.
Because I've said it once, and I'll say it again. This has become a platform for me to do what I want, not.
Why don't we see the Headfill 8 and talk about it?
Okay, it's not a horror movie, but I don't care.
It's a goddamn Tarantino film. It's close enough.
My only thing is, when does your season start? Because it'll become more difficult.
But look, I'll travel with my goddamn laptop. I could fucking do this on the road.
Let's try.
The internet won't be as good.
Let's see if we can do one in Chicago with both of us when we're in the same place. How's that
In
sound?
the same place. That'll be in June.
June?
June. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll do Twilight, and we'll likely do the Hateful Eight before then. But I could
Can I have a partner come in on my side?
Yeah, I could just bring my mixer and a
How
mic.
would I split it between 2 people? Or 3?
What? Why? Now all of a sudden we have 6 people on the show?
I don't know. I got friends in Chicago.
Whatever, man. I'll bring my mixer and a microphone in a room, and we'll make it work.
If by room you mean Revolution Brewing's like brew pub, yes.
I don't care where it is. I will make it happen. I don't know what B is, but B.
I like that. A, I don't know what's gonna happen, and 3 or 4 or whatever fucking number we're on.
6 pictures of the number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
let's
very fucking Ricky.
let's do that. We'll
Try to do one in June. We'll do one before then. I don't know.
we'll do
Whatever.
fucking 3 before June.
Yeah.
For all, we could do one in March in Ohio if you want.
Yeah, that's a camera lens. Whatever.
You win.
It sounds good. It sounds good. Let's fucking wrap this thing and let's move on to the future.
Yeah. So like Matt said, that'll do it for this episode of the Podcast of Terror. Um, we'll be back next week with another one with whatever movie we're reviewing. At that point, we'll be back with Matt Vincent in the future at some point, probably doing Twilight or Rougarou, or him and I will be drunk in a hotel room.
Or more broken trophies, whatever.
Yeah. We might have trophies. Who knows? But we'll catch you next time on the Podcast of Terror. See ya.
Stay sober, everybody.
Don't die.
I get clicky when I'm drinking. I don't know what I got and didn't get of that last.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'll have to listen to
Sounds
it.
good. I did good. I didn't bother fucking web surfing or anything. I stayed focused like a laser on you dicks.
I was in and out. Not gonna lie.
I
Little
fucking
known fact.
dominated. I killed.
I did a can run halfway through, but I still got 3 sitting here.
I have all of these. I got everything you sent me.
That's it. I drank 3 Reanimators, 2 in-mouths, and 2 global warmings.
I drank a black scotch, 2 in-mouse, and 2 reanimators, and global warming.
So I'm 1 ahead of you.
Yeah, I guess whatever if you wanted to brag.
I don't want to brag at all. I just saying.
He's just telling you how bad he's going to look tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm over here goddamn driving the point home.
I'm supposed to get up at 5:30 tomorrow to do strongman lifting. I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm going to wake up at 6.
Are you going to lift at 6?
No, I'm going to edit video.
That sounds like a piss poor idea.
That's what I'm going to do.
Can I challenge you to let me know that you've woken up at 6 in the morning?
Yeah, if you really like, I'll email you. I'll text you between 6 and 6:30.
Yeah, let me know. I got band
Because
practice.
I'd like to tell you that I'll text you before I pour my first cup of coffee, but the chances are very slim.
I got. Are you a Mastodon fan?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a coffee place in Chicago that did a barrel-aged green bean Mastodon coffee.
I gotta burn a piss. I'll be back, but I gotta fucking piss like you can't believe. I just eyeballed a bottle on my counter like I was gonna piss in that under my desk.
Just go pee quick, man.
Yeah.
That was at least enjoyable, right?
Oh God, yes.
Okay, I was like, I'm
Like again, as a person who is more a fan of you guys than I am even involved in this show, I had a fucking wonderful time.
and that's what I wanted to hear, because obviously I'm fucking drunk. I don't care. I don't care right now. So then that's why I like you being sober while we do these.
Keep it real, man. I think it's perfectly great.
I fucking clicked stop somewhere at the end and tried to come back in. I'll have to edit that.
You can always capture the audio from YouTube.
That's true. I remember when I sent you a message and I'm like, I gotta go pee. I went into the bathroom and I pushed on my bladder. I'm like, I piss so fucking bad right now. I'm just glad that you haven't disowned me yet.
No, I fucking love this. This is the greatest.
My wife, on the
That
other
was excellent.
I
was gonna fill this with my piss.
Oh, don't do that. I put in the chat. There's a I don't know what they call a coffee place, coffee brewer in Chicago that bourbon barrel ages their green coffee beans.
Yeah.
That's where I got the Mastodon stuff, but the Chronica is really good too. But they have like green coffee beans that are barrel aged in wild turkey barrels. I know
I
you're.
don't see how that would make a difference.